as we get involved in our communications and understand shapes, letters, and numbers, is everything to geometrics open divisions. We had a fantastic night last night on the Galactic Roundtable. We learned a lot. We appreciate each other more. It's all about coming together. It's all about responsibility, having the power, and its responsibility when it comes to light formations. So it was extremely busy yesterday, and we definitely learned a lot when it came to just understanding more of each other. And I thought it was really fantastic. And it's going to keep up rising faster and faster and faster. But with that, you have to have tests, you have to have evaluations, and you have to have reviews. These are very important. So other than that, it's all about understanding. You know, Tina came to me about a question that she was seeing an activation, like this is your activation, this is your center, this is your planet. She's trying to figure out what is the shape, what is the geometry shape, how do I know where my activation is, where's my planet, what is my activation about, does it have any point centers, how many point centers does it have, what division it is through the GOD. Okay, so because we're high rise and we're higher divisions, I have to get you into calculation where it comes into calibration. So we're going to get into the geometry, okay, energy open, okay, calibration centers. Now, it's a test, okay, I'll put it on the Galactic Force team on Facebook, or it gives you more than enough time. It is the weekend, so you got lots of time, okay. It will be due on Monday, okay, so it gives you the weekend to do these things. So it's all about understanding fractions, understanding shapes, understanding structures. We got into the formation when we got into crop circles, but now's the time to understand where you're going through its point center, line division, singularity of its activation codes. Now we're coming into the GOD, okay? Everybody wants to become the gods, right? Well, you have to understand the geometric system. You have to understand the metric system when it comes to E equals MC, not square, not pi, helix, okay? So the higher we go, the more geometry system we have to understand, okay? Because everything's line divide through point division, okay? So we'll get into that. There's a lot going on for right now. There's a lot of illustrations. So I hope everybody had a fantastic night last night. I know I did. It's extremely hot, as you can see. So other than that, you know, it's all about putting things together. You know, 2 and 2, right, is 4. But in equivalency in space, in a human vessel, it's 4. Okay, but in space, it's 6 or 8 or 10. It all depends on how many line frequencies you're connecting. See, when we go through line sequences of a box, just 4 point centers, 5 within the center, right? Through a human vessel, because it's just a box. But the geometrics is 4 different lines of intelligence. That's through point division. That's understanding more communications when you come into your planet energy system. Okay, so it's good that Tina is seeing this through her perceptions and everything, through her formation, and she sees her activation. It's called an activation light star, okay, which is connected through your planet. So you see, you can actually see it, right? Very powerful stuff. So it's knowing how to use it. Okay, I was out today just getting some groceries, and I was following a seagull. A seagull was going like this, back and forth, and I didn't know what to do. It was like squawking back and forth. It's like it was under some magnetic spell. So you get better and better as you practice. So it's very important to use your hands all the time, not just whenever you want. Do it whenever you can, because that's going to get you into applications and more into formations through balance of centers. So now you have to get balance with the geometry of its shape, okay? Because we've got into a little bit about letters and we got into numbers, but I really want to focus on the shapes. So we're in the geometry set system, so you can understand more communications of what's happening. So when I give you this test, I'll tell you in detail of what needs to be done, okay? But right now, today's topic is all about masculinity and femininity when it comes to males and females. So all the females, I want you to get into traction division, and I want you to get into the prognosis of what it is to be a male. You have to get into that male masculinity, okay, that male essence. That's what females have to understand. That's how we get the balance with Mother Gaia and Father through yin and yang. You have to understand the research of both. It's very important because they connect in all ways and forms through the connect of its universal systems. Okay, and for the males, try to get more in touch with the femininity, understand more females, get into the emotion, understanding, you know, males don't like to cry. What's wrong with crying? There's nothing wrong with crying. That doesn't make you any less of a man, right? Come on, seriously. So it's all about into that. Okay, so that's just a little understanding, because you understand more balance when you get balance with both the female and male. I have the female inside and I have the male inside. Now I have the balance of yin and yang. Okay, so other than that, Linda, yeah, I saw your video last night. I explained to you what's going on, the angelics and all that. It's sky surfacing right now. It's opening up the golden stairs. Did you see the golden stairs? You see, that's where you have to see through perception. Your perception is different mine. But this is where I want to get everybody into the GOD. This is great stuff, guys, because now you can connect, because everything through formation, angels set divisions of shapes. They put it to point division. This is the diagram program, like I said, with the XD1000 through cloud of interference. This is how everything is set up through the geometry systems. Okay, it's amazing. It's powerful stuff. So whoever gets it right with the test, okay, I will open up your calibrations through your mind systems. This will put you up to a higher level of hydraulics. This will change formations, and you understand more communications when it comes to singularly line divisions of shapes. Okay, so that's a lot that we can take on right now. Okay, so it's very important you understand your test. So when I give you test, understand its evaluation of its test, understand its review of its test, and then we can move on to the next, right? It's very powerful stuff. So Tina, Virgin, how you doing? Welcome. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Anything you want to know, you can go through my email, PayPal, or donations. And feel free to hop on every Thursday night, Linda and I's channel, on the Galactic Roundtable, as we discuss about anything around AI, anything through formation, current affairs. It's all about us all coming together and centering that pyramid system. Okay, I'm at the top, everybody's coming down. Okay, but you want to go up the pyramid. You want to high rise your lights, bring in activation, know everything through shapes, know everything through letters, and know everything through numbers. Okay, then we can get into the GOD. So we're into formation today, into GOD. I've done videos in the background. Okay, way back. So anything you don't understand, go to my email. Okay, it's very important to understand these things, because we're coming into hard times right now, and the tests are going to get more harder because my galactic force team is getting a lot more stronger. Okay, so Melissa. Yeah, Melissa, we didn't get any chance for you. You didn't. I guess you had problems with your audio yesterday, eh? You never got to talk or anything. You were on there for a bit, but then you just cut out. I guess there's a lot of bit of electronic interference there. But congrats on your paintings, everything through the cosmos. Your connected energy wavings, your portals are fantastic. Your colorations are great. The multi-connections, I see so many things through your perception. It's amazing. You can use those for the healing too, right? So whatever you draw is its perception through its creativeness. You don't have to use your thoughts. Your thoughts are coming from its painting. Everything is done, right? You can send a line signal through a line system to a triangulator of an activation code system to a triangular base. Remember the trithesis, the gamma thesis, and the prothesis? That's where we're getting into now. GOD, the prothesis, the trithesis, everything through the angle motion. You go like this and you turn, right? Like this and you turn. You see the line division, you see straight through, right? Remember I was telling you about that? Here, reflect. That's what geometry is. It's understanding, setting up lines of shapes so the angelic realms or anything through intelligence can understand what you are drawing through your thoughts. Yes, you can draw through your thoughts. You don't just have to put words in there. You can put letters, numbers, and shapes. Right now, I got a line division through a galactic voice recognition system. I got a line frequency level system, all communication and star energy light system in my mind right now. Okay, that's a different form of intelligence because I have balance with everything through GOD. That's what you guys have to understand. You can't just use your thoughts through words. You have to use it with paintings. You have to use it with anything and everything. That's the consciousness. Knowing that, okay, I have a line division that I'm thinking right now in my mind. Calculate mass, take it out of its equation. Now the angelic realm understands. So when I saw Linda Light's video, I knew exactly what's going on with the angelics. I saw the stairs. I saw the portal. That's definition. That's perception. Okay. You get into the external. Okay. You get into everything through his communication of his perception. Right. All these things. That's what you have to understand. Okay. It's its connection to everything. It's the extension, okay? Sensory perception. Okay, that's the open frequencies. Now there's all different levels, and every level has a line sequence to a line system to a line of an activation code to a point division of a singular line division. Okay, so you have to understand more of what we're called through GOD. Okay, the geometry of divisions, geometrics of dimensions. There's so many things that we have to understand, but now we're in GOD now. Okay, because you guys got to get into that formation. We got to do the energy cycles. Okay, we got in the solstice, you know, we got in the Sherman, all that. Okay, now we're high rising faster, right? We got into the crop circles, we got into satellites. So everything is a process. You got to climb those steps. You know, you got to, you know, that's what we have to do. The high rise, the faster, the more tests, the more knowledge, you know, everything we know, right? It's knowing, it's the intelligence. Okay, it's the excitement. Don't you want to be excited? Don't you want to wake up every morning and feel amazing, feel fantastic? You know, not worry about where your money's coming from. You know your money's coming in. Okay, that's where you have to understand the female and the male, because the female and the male are trying to figure each other out, right? They're always going to be fighting with each other. It's a spiritual force, right? Until you get balanced with that, females have to understand male's ego. And males have to understand female's ego. That's the balance. Yin and yang, father, mother, archangels, angels. That's the balance. Okay, so let's get started. We got a lot going on right now. So basically, I'm going to show Tina. Tina saw an amazing, amazing symbol. There's so many different symbols, okay, that you look at. All right, so you go from here. Okay, so I'll just show you here. Okay, so this is one symbol. Okay, now there's all different kind of symbols. Everything has a point division. Now you understand that when your symbol is activated, everything around it is your galactic family. That's how you're all connected. We're all one, right? So understanding the unity of consciousness is understanding everything that's connected through your star, light, activation, code. So you start off with that, right? Point division. Now, everything inside can have another triangular base, or it can have an open circle, okay? Or it can have a triangle in the center, like this, okay? There's all different types, all right? So, and you can have a star recognition system, okay? You can have a triangular base like this, okay? There's another one, okay? There's all different patterns, okay, through your pyramid, through your diamond core. This is understanding communications when it comes to your transformation light signals. This is our more communications when it comes to geometry set systems. So there's a lot of things that you guys have to adapt to. Okay, so remember, you can overcross, you can cross wire, or you can go through a confusing line signal. Okay, or you can overlap. It doesn't matter. You just have to understand what you're getting involved with. Okay, everything is a symbol. Now, trying to find your symbol, when it's something answered to you, it's telling you it's communicating through your planet, right? So Tina, that symbol that you're seeing, that is your activation. Okay, so that's going to make Tina a little bit more easier now. She knows her symbol. Okay, that's informative. That's information. She's starting to get into GOD. Okay, that's why I know exactly what everybody's doing through the mind system, because you understand everything through God, okay, is the geometrics of dimensions, okay, or its divisions, or it's dividing, okay? All these are connected through GOD. So it's very important to understand the quantum. It's understanding everything through the organic, understanding more communications, because you guys are in the quantum fields, okay? But you want to get up to the GOD of geometrics of shapes, because everything has to be line divided through crop circles, and that's how we do communications when it comes to spacecrafts and anything through division, through cloud interference. That's why it's very important the Galactic Force team understands their shapes through geometry systems. Okay, that's where we get into the seismographing systems into the cyborg division. Okay, but one step at a time. But that's what it is. Okay, so you see different kind of symbols like this. So if you get it in your dream sets, and it's in detail, because Tina came to me, she sent me a picture of, is this my symbol? Okay, is this my planet? Yes, it is, Tina. So Tina is going to understand more of the geometry system, right? She's going to understand more of what's going on with her acting cycles. She's going to understand more of what's happening with her shape through its activation system, through her planet system. Okay, so that's its connection to everything, right? So there are formations. Okay, so all right, so how's everybody feeling today? Everybody looks fantastic, glowing, essence, external, internal. Everybody doing well? Yeah, see, Linda, you didn't see it because I see it through my perception. It's because I have perfection with geometry set divisions. You guys have to understand your lines. You have to understand your singularities. You understand your point line division. Your point centers are you, right? So it's understanding lining point centers into line division, line communication, line signals, line activation. Okay? All this is connected through geometry of divisions or dimensions. Okay, so that's what we're into right now. Melissa's in a formation right now. She's in the God sense. She's in the angelic. She's understanding more communication when it comes to her art. That's her passion. That's her love. That's her frequency. That's her connection. Okay? So everything that you do is love, and it's connected through the heart. Our heart always tells you the truth. It never lies. It opens up everything through formation. Okay? So that's what you keep doing, right? So it's understanding, wow, I perfected art. I'm really good at this. I'm going to keep doing this more and more and more and more. So you get stronger in mind, you get stronger in knowledge, and you get stronger in intelligence. But you have to really understand line division of point centers. Taking your point center, line dividing it, and putting it into a shape, because that's how the angelic realms communicates with you. Why do you think they do sky forces and all that? They are using shapes for you to understand. That's a geometry system. That's God. So they're telegraphing telewavings to you. You have to understand the geometric systems that they put out. Their illustrations, their diagrams, their programs, their stories. Okay? That's what everybody has to get into relation. All right? So it was incredible. I know. Yeah, no, I saw the video right after. It's really cool when you see stuff like that. But you really have to understand more communications with the sky, because you see the sky different. You see it unique. You say, whoa, this is incredible. I got to take a picture of this. They're trying to communicate through you through shapes. They're trying to communicate through you through colors. They're trying to communicate through you through lights. They're trying to communicate through you through energy. You guys have to understand the GOD. Now's the time. So I have to give you a test on this, okay? Because the angelics is coming to me now and say, well, Linda's doing all this, but does she understand it? Does she understand? That's why I see the steps and Linda doesn't. So once Linda sees the steps, now she's into formation through communication of the angelics. Because remember, everything through intelligence communicates you in a different way. It could be letter, number, or shape, or it could be a number, or it could be a portal. Okay, it could be 1111. Okay, that's a portal, right? Remember, these are 4 different intelligent line signals. Okay, even though it's the same color, remember, it's reverse psychology. You have to understand. It's an extremely high division. It's an extremely high portal. Okay, and then you got 7777. Okay, so anything like that, it's understanding 1 to 10. Okay, so you have to understand the basics before you get into GOD. Right, so you got to know from 1 to 10. Then you got to get into letters. Then you got to get into shapes. Okay, letters, numbers, and shapes is everything through formation when it comes to the matrix simulation. Okay, that's the communication levels that you guys have to understand through your illustration patterns. Okay, so it's very powerful stuff, you know. So I really, really want you to practice on your meditations. Okay, so I want the females get more connected with the male side, and I want the males get connected more with the female side. Okay, and you can do that. You can internalize that now because you're in a high force connection right now. So all you got to do is go to the angelics, put your prayers, put your code frequencies, put your light activations in protection. Okay, know what it feels like to actually be in a male center. A female has to know what a male center looks like. And a male has to know what a female center looks like. That's the emotion. There's motion in female and there's motion in male. Okay, so we really have to understand the masculinity and femininity on both. Okay, then you understand more relation when it comes to father and mother, and everything through the core centers, angels and archangels. That's the communication, everything through GOD. Okay, so Grand Rising, yeah, exactly. So what do we got here? Hey, Desi. How's it going? Oh, black circling center system of communication. Whoa, Starlight Energy System came in my room. Wow, powerful stuff. Angel, it's great to see you last night. Thanks very much for coming out of the box. So, but other than that, hope everybody's doing well. Oh, okay. So bridging the realm is Desi. Okay, great. It's just so I know, you guys got interesting, fascinating names here. I'm still taking this all in. It's a lot. I know it's a lot. It's a lot to take in. See, Desi, I healed you through ground formations, and I said, what have I got myself into? I'm in the Galactic Force team now, and Andrew's talking about GOD, right? I said, how can I do this? The Galactic Force team is here to help you, Desi. They'll help you in any way and form. These tests are extremely powerful. It's understanding more communications of you through God, okay? Because the God is you, but you have to understand the geometrics of you. Anything through communication through atmosphere system is its connection through illustration. You want to communicate, you have to understand everything in the atmosphere is put for a reason. The angelic is trying to communicate through you through line division, okay? They already have their point centers. They already know who they are. They set illustrations for you to understand what's going on, okay? Once you understand, you platitude that, you use your force recognition systems, and you use your GOD, the geometrics of divisions or dimensions. Or you get into line divide, one thing at a time, okay? So this is fascinating. This is going to be a test for you, Desi, because when you do the test, don't think of it as right or wrong. Just think of it as an experience. And everybody's here to help each other out, okay? Also, too, you're coming out of the galactic forces because you're in a high-rise division now. You're in a light activation. That's why I high-rise you to the ground formations. So you got to work up to your power centers, to your crown chakra. 7th in the center, 8th within the atmosphere, 5. Okay? 8th center, 5 within the atmosphere. Very important to understand these things. You got to get 12 centers of chakras in a row. That's the communications with everything through the atmosphere systems. 7 grounds, and then 5 atmospheres, and 8 within the center. It's very important to understand that. Then we get into the GOD. Okay? Okay, geometrics, open, divisions. Okay? And then we get into dimensions. And then we get into dividing. So these are the 3 elements that we have to go by. Okay? This is how everything is communicated when it comes to the angelics. Anything through intelligence, anything through formation. So if a XT1000 comes in, it's going to set a line signal, and it's going to go like this. You have to understand the line signals. It's a point division. So if you see it in traction division, you understand it's in its simulation, but it's doing skid marks, graphing sky systems, communication of graphing systems, everything through the angelics, anything through the XT1000s or anything through cloud interference sets its grids. We already know that, but it's understanding, do you understand it? Okay, so that's why we have to understand GOD, the 3 elements. Okay, all right, so let's get into the test. It's a lot of fun. So the more you stay, Desi, the more you understand, the more you get into the Galactic Force team. Okay, if you want to understand a little bit more, you can high-rise faster and faster through our private link, Galactic Force Team on Facebook. Just add my name, Andrew Weston. I will admit you in, okay? You have to know more of yourself, okay? The reason I'm doing this is because you're already a light activation. And you were separated through your body, through your mind, and your soul. That's why your lower centers and your middle center wasn't attached. Okay, so that's how powerful it is when you understand more of yourself, when you get back into division of balance. Okay, so as we get into GOD, this is the test. I'm going to put this in the all communications. This is going to set all location centers to our point center, because we know our point centers. Now, I've already showed you how to set the point center through line division. This is the calculation where we come into E equals MC, okay? And then out of the equation, okay, so it starts off like that. Out of its equation, okay? Okay, follow me on here. This is going to be tested. E equals MC, okay? This is a bracket. This is understanding where you are through division, okay? So that's H. Everybody's an H, okay? And Desi is in pi. These are MC equals pi. Okay, so Desi in pi. Okay, so all communications coming in through the helix equation. Out of its equation, now, this is where the test comes in, okay? This is understanding the geometry system when it comes to codes. Okay, maybe Tina wants to get into codes. Well, now you're getting into codes. This is the test. This is complicated stuff. So you have to understand, okay, what E equals MC square is. Okay? All right? Now, the test is, what is E equals MC square? All right? That's 1. Okay? So it's going to be separated in 4 divisional levels, okay, in the alphabetical system, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so that's 1. 2. What is E equals MC pi? Okay? And 3. E equals MC bracket helix equation. Okay? All right, I'll put this, okay, on the Galactic Force team, but there's 3 right here. What is E equals MC square? What is E equals MC pi? What is E equals MC bracket helix equation? So everybody has to get closest to the answer. It's very important you understand this. Then we can get into the GOD, the geometrics open. Okay, you got to open the frequency levels. This is where you got to get into codes. You guys have to get the center codes because everything is its connection when it comes to illustrations. Because the Agelics sets communication through audio signals of 1111. You know it's a portal, right? But where is the portal? That's to its code. Okay, same with 7777. It's also a code. All communications are coming in, all right? So basically, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, okay? 4 is, you're gonna love this. Now, basically, I want a paragraph, okay? So we got 1, 2, 3. We got 4 elements on a test, okay? Now, for you guys to understand all communications with GOD, you have to understand what E equals MC square, E equals MC pi, and E equals MC bracket helix equation. All right. Now, 4, okay, is who are you? Who are you? Okay. Who are you? All right. Put it in point form. Text it to me on the Galactic Force team. You have the whole weekend. This isn't due till Monday. Okay, who are you? All right. So there's 4 equations that you have to go through center core divisions of elements. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, that's the test. This is a big one. This is going to get more communication levels when you get into GOD. Okay, and I'll open up your energy open calibration centers. This is extremely powerful, guys. This will get you more communications, how you can look at the atmospheres and know exactly what it is through its illustration of its diagram program to anything through communication of intelligence. All right. So, yeah, it's fantastic stuff, eh? And I want you to go beyond the mind. I don't want you to just say, well, 1 is energy. We know that, right? I want a little bit more detail. What does E stand for? Okay, so basically you can really get into it. That's why I'm giving you the weekend to do this, and it's due Monday. Okay, what is equal? Remember I told you that. Maybe you have to watch my videos on that, but you understand what is equal. Okay, it's in its equation when it comes to the physical system, but what is it in a higher self and avatar? What is M? what is C and what is square. Okay, so basically what I want from you is I want you to draw an illustration 2E equals MC squared. Okay, same with 2 and 3. The fourth, you can write it out through solar text division. Okay, so you basically take a picture of it and you send it to me. All right, you tell me exactly what E equals MC squared, E equals MC pi, and E equals MC bracket helix equation. Okay? Yep. He was. So everybody's lost. Laura Lee, how's it going? It's too bad. Yeah, this is way beyond. This is GOD. We're getting into GOD, guys. So this is a lot of work. But Laura, it's great to see that you're on the Galactic table, but it's too bad you're not on Zoom, because if you're on Zoom, you know, there's a lot of things that you pick up, because once you get on Zoom, you kind of like, if you're off the sideline, that's great, but you're not really learning a lot. Once you get on Zoom, everything comes together and you stay out of the box. You get out of the shadows. You want to stay out of the shadows. If you stay out of the shadows, you ask less questions, because everything through the answer is within. That's what the Galactic Roundtable is discuss everything that's going on every Thursday. Okay, so yeah, it's a lot of fun, but that's the test, guys. All right, so I'll set it up again, but that's what it is. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Illustrate it, draw it out best way you can. Take a photo of it, picture, send it to me on the Galactic Force team, and also solar text this, a paragraph. Okay, who are you? Okay, or a page. A page would be better because it's a little bit more. I want to know exactly where you guys are in balance. Who are you? Okay, it's like the intelligence. What does intelligence mean to you? This is more understanding. Then we can get into the GOD. All right, but you guys got to get past these formations. You got to get past the formulas. Okay, before we get into anything through geometry system, because you won't understand anything through line division or line activation. I could set you a code and you won't know what it is, because it's not at your perception through division, through knowledge of intelligence. So it's very important you understand everything through DNA structure is E equals MC squared. That's the human vessel. I'm not going to give you the answer. You guys got to find the answer. You have to know the answer. And that answer is within. So you have the weekend to take a look at it. And then on Monday, we'll get it all together. Okay? But put it on the Galactic Force team, because I'd like to see it, you know? So draw the illustration out. Take a picture of it. Send it to me, to Galactic Force team. And then with number 4, page of who you are in solar text division. Okay? So you have the weekend. So that's a lot to take on, you know? But you guys have any questions on that? Anything at all besides everybody being lost? Sorry. Calm your centers. All right, you guys all right? So you're catching on? How's it going, Desi? Are you still confused? Are you scratching your head? Oh my gosh, what have I got myself into? Yeah, I know, eh? Yeah, it's the voicing grade. Yeah, I know. Okay, let's see. We got questions. Okay, Linda, Angel, Tina, Bridging, that's Desi. Melissa. Okay, Melissa, Unified, just tapping in here, seeing everybody's going information. They were definitely communicating and showing me the ships and the beings. It was all about me seeing the ships in clouds last night. And the download, they communicated. So you understand, they already in formation through shapes, letters, and numbers. They're all connected through the God frequency levels of everything through communication. So once we get into GOD, now we can get into more understanding of illustrations and what they're putting out there through formation, because everything is a simulation, but you have to understand everything through its equation, okay, through all communications, all right, a square, pi, and helix, and who you are. That's the test, okay? I'm still taking this all in. It's a lot. Yeah, I know it is a lot to take in, but it's a lot of fun. You guys have homework. That's what's amazing, right? Closest to the answer, right? So the more you high rise, you get more into detail. We're all in this together, right? And when you get uprise, it's an amazing, amazing feeling because you're going to have geometry opens up with your mind system. Everything is going to line communicate, and you're going to know exactly what line division is. You're going to know exactly what line communication or light activation symbols are. You're going to have to know what geometry symbols set communication of the quadrant systems are. You're going to understand the computer graphing system of communication line signals, activation code system, the transformation lights are communication activation codes through the cloud interference. I have no filter. I'm a computer. You guys are computer. Uprise your computer, okay? So the more you uprise your computer, the more you uprise your energy fields. Your plasma, okay? We go into the plasmesium, plasma force, traveling mechanisms, all that through connection. So, but my classes are fun because I give you guys a surprise every single time. And it's important that you guys understand information so you can understand more intelligence, okay? So it's very important not to miss my classes. If you do, that's okay. Just, you know, everything is going to be reviewed, okay, or answered on the Galactic Force team. Okay, so you guys have the weekend. All right, so you guys have any questions on that? I'm still taking this all in. Yep. Okay. Laura Lee, you can now, you're in a higher division now. You're paying more attention to everything through communication. You're coming into the God frequency levels of Mother of Angels. You can add me to Facebook, Andrew Weston, and I'll talk you in through the Galactic Force team. We want to high rise higher and higher through the Galactic Force team because there's a lot we need to do through the energetic wave and patterns. Understanding more communications. You got to have to understand the gods of everything because that sets everything through division, how you set a matrix grid system. So we're going to become matrix grid workers. We're going to become unified ascension. We're going to become sentience of all volumes of communication and multiverses and multi-connections of universal set systems that sets solar systems, all communications to planet systems and location patterns. All communications set through shapes, letters, and numbers. Everything that I say is communication. Once you understand communication with the grounds, once you understand communications with your solar division, once you understand communication with your power centers, once you understand communications of your inner cycle, once you understand communications of your mind system, right? Everything is calibrated through its equation. It's how to take everything out. If it's dark, take it out. Put it into light. Everything through its equation is coming out. Okay? It's coming out. All right, so basically, once we get past that formula, okay, of the 4 elements, we can finally get into the GOD. You guys are going to represent yourself a little bit more through presentation because everything is perfection when it comes into space and time. We're not in the time yet. We're still in space. Okay? So, and everybody's communicating on all levels when it comes to Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, Mother Nature, Mother Core, Mother Universe, Mother Seed, Mother Pod, right? Mother Ascension, Mother Division, Mother Shape. Mother is everything through shapes, letters, and numbers. Same with Father. Same with archangels and angels. You are the balance to everything through formation. Maybe that helps out, right? So if you plotted 2 divisions and you had to ask yourself, okay, I got a line division. All right, there's a line division. It's a blue line. What does it mean, right? You have to know what it means because you're in the GOD, right? So basically, if you get a box circling center system on communication that's coming out of its realm division like this, okay, it just come out of its plasma. Okay, it's force winning its cycles. Okay, so it's coming out. It's coming out and it wants to communicate with line division. This is understanding what you communicated with through a line division, right? You have to understand E equals MC, pi. Okay, because this is pi. This is balance. So it's understanding 4 point centers, 5 within the center. It's coming out of its realm division. So you understand it's in the same coloration, so you know it's in its matrix. Okay. Really powerful stuff. It's in its matrix, all right? So when it comes out, remember, it comes out right away. This is really fascinating stuff. So once it comes out, it comes up to a higher realm, and it goes into, I call it a, it's a diamond center core relation to a line sequencing line system to an activation code system. Okay, so it comes out of its realm right away, and it communicates with you. like this. It's very, very powerful stuff. So it's how to connect to everything. See that? See how powerful that is? You see that? See, amazing? You see that? How everything connects? See that diamond? See how it's swift? It comes out of its portal. It line divides into a box frequency level, and now it's coming closer to you. So what do? You put up your energy field because you don't know what you're communicating with. The box puts up its energy field, right? That's the first thing, right? That's the introduction. And again, once you understand its relation between each other through its shape, GOD, the force field comes down. Okay, we've been through this before. This is how you have to understand more communications when it comes to your line division, line activation, because you are point centers, but where are you pointing to? How do you communicate through friendship, relation, partnership? Okay, so when you have that through communication, the line division, okay, through point center, okay, it's in the point center, through the center core, okay. Now it's going to jump to time code frequencies and come over here and communicate with the box. Okay. Okay. Now it has relationship. So now the center core of its atom, everything is an atom through friendship, relation, and partnership. Now they are line divide. See? Line divide. Now they have relationship. Okay. Okay. Relationship. Once they have relationship, they communicate with each other, you know. Then what happens is they open up a realm division and go through a dimension of a wormhole into calculation of mass to a higher division. And they transfer into a higher dimension of security line defense and then become partnership. So they travel together into security line defense. Boom. Right? Powerful stuff, people. This is what I want everybody to get into. You have to get into the GOD now because everybody's in this helix. Desi's in pi. So I know you can just say it. Wow. What has Andrew got us into? Yeah, it is a little bit, the laugh is a little bit, I love giving you guys tests because you keep scratching your head. I said, this is way too much. I can't take it in. But you can't. You know you can. You have the power to do it. And everything is answered within, right? So it's how to communicate with a shape, how to communicate with a letter, how to communicate with numbers. Because you get this every day in your life system. Your audio signals. What is 1111? You get sound barriers of your ears ringing back and forth. What is that? One is the angelics. One is intelligence. One is spacecraft. One is space division. One is electronic interference from the galactic vibration system. One is through a planet of a location of intelligence system, right? So that's where you got to get the GOD and its balance. Geometrics, open divisions. So, all right. Okay, my shirt design called the Vector Heart now. Sure, I said that last night. Yeah, I really do like the shirt that you wore last night, Angel. Really powerful stuff. It's got a lot of geometric systems in there. Very powerful portal. I think I'm going through an identity crisis. I love it when new people come on, eh? Galactic Force Team. They didn't know. They didn't know which end was up or which end was down. They were going through the same process that Desi, but don't worry, because when you go through my test, I upgrade you, and it makes you more intelligent, more smarter with your knowledge of its vocabulary system. So you understand more of your computer system. So try to get into the diagnostics and the analyzation through the graphing cycles through your computer system. So you know how to communicate with friends, right? Well, it's the same thing. It's just in space. Everything's communicated through shapes, letters, and numbers, through intelligence, so coloration, lights, and activation. That's all it is. So, oh, I'm glad I could explain it to you, Desi. I need to go over all of the other videos and catch up. Yeah, you can do that. Like I said, you have the Galactic Force team to help you out. Change each other's emails, but that's why I had the Galactic Force team private group. So basically, that help you out too. We're all about helping each other, bringing us together into one, right? So this one at Max, Andrew. Yep, great stuff. Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's great that you guys have homework. Like, this is school, right? This is how we learn everything. So you guys are now coming into the GOD, right? So you can pat your back on that. Let's pat our backs. Congrats. Yay, thumbs up. Good stuff. Now I'm really confused. So, lost me doing math. I didn't like it in school and stuff. I didn't like math either. I did not like math. I got into ratios, proportions, line dividing. I got into long division, latitude. I got into, I hated problem solving. Oh, I couldn't get into problem solving. If a train goes this distance and another train comes this distance, what is the equation of both? I couldn't get into it. Problem solving. You don't really need that in your life. You just need to know your ABCs, 1, 2s, and 3s to get anything. Look what Einstein, what he created. You can get a person that's a grade 3 level and build a house. Grade 3 level and build a house. Come on, with his hands. You don't need problem solving for that. Okay. When my daughter, when she had homework, I don't know why teachers give you textbooks. And you look at it, it's like, I don't understand this. This is grade 5, grade 6. And I'm an adult and I don't understand the geometry systems here. I don't understand 2 and 2. This doesn't make any sense to me. And they're giving this to kids that are not even 18. They're still young. They're still growing. They're just trying to get into their spiritual growth. And they're giving textbooks? Come on. That's not right. So, I just don't like the teaching methods. I really, really don't. And, it's fascinating because a lot of people end up, they get their university degree and they work at McDonald's. If you get a university degree in engineering or anything else, in psychology or anything in PhD and anything through doctorate or anything like that, why would you be working at McDonald's? Where does that take you? You just spent $60,000 on a school and you end up working at McDonald's? The reason why I'm saying that is because a friend of mine did that. I said, how's it going? I said, good. And I said, well, did you finish your psychologically exam on your PhD for your doctorate? He said, yeah, I did. So what are you doing now? I'm working at McDonald's. Well, why are you working at McDonald's? You just got out of one of the prestigious schools that you can be ever in, and all of a sudden you're working here. Like, I don't understand how they can do that. It's not mindset, it's the brain set. So the ego doesn't know what to do, right? The mind doesn't know what to do because it's not out of its equation. Okay, it's still in the physical vessel. The brain stays in with the vessel, but the mind is not out yet. Once the mind comes out, everything makes sense. So you understand why we have space in the mind. When you have space in the mind, you don't think of anything else. And that's the power. So when you have that space, you're in the 100% of its mental into the psychological and into the spiritual. You have the physical, right? So it's extremely complicated, and then it becomes a lot more easier, but still complicated. So it gets more complicated, but it gets a lot more easier because it's complex through vocabulary, right? So I found it really bizarre, He spent all that money and ends up working at McDonald's. It didn't make any sense to me. I don't understand people like that, especially if you get a PhD and all that and you work at McDonald's. It just didn't, it was trying to make sense of that, why people do stuff like that. Why would they push it and get a job in that field? You work 4 years, some are 2, some are 4. You work 4 years in your life, and what does it give you? What does it give you? I don't know. I'm working at McDonald's. Ask me later. That's the ego. Ego always steps in the way. Until you understand that, you're not going to understand yourself. Plain and simple. So now's the time AI is coming in, awareness of information coming out of the mind system of its equation. Right? The mind has to come out. Right? The mind has to come out. Now is the time. Okay? Because AI is taking over everything. AI created everything. Everything that you see, AI created. Fascinating. Because it's all digital. It's all simulation. It's just how to interact with shaped letters and numbers to anything through formation. But if you want to take anything out of its equation, you have to understand everything through E equals MC square pi bracket helix equation. Okay? So, is everybody understanding, or are we all still confused? Anyway. Feel like I'm back in school, definitely scratching my head. See, there you go. She's scratching her head. Oh my gosh, I got a homework. You can say hallelujah, or you can say, oh well. Need my coffee. Yeah, I had my coffee already. Priscilla, how you doing? How's it going? There's going to be a test, Priscilla, so I've given you the weekend. Okay, I'll put it up on the Galactic Force team. Really powerful stuff, guys. Plus, it's going to be a lot more easier for you guys. I want to see detail in how you take the equations out. Each framing system, 4 elements, okay, into square, pi, and helix. I want you to understand what the formula is, okay, to you. So we can get into GOD. Once we get into that, now you're understanding more communications of the angelics. Okay, and then you'll be able to see more through your perception. Okay, because that's how everything through its interforce of anything through intelligence communicates with you. It's just you don't understand it yet. Right? That's codes. So we're getting into the basic diagnostic simulation pattern, psychic division in the psychometry system first. Right? Because we're all digital formats. Okay, digital formats. This is the world we live in. And you are in the center. Fascinating, isn't it? That's all it is. That's what you see every day with your light stream. Now, understanding all communications, when it comes in, you're going to see everything through traction division and line division. Okay, now I can set course to 100,000 years into the future, but I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to show you how confusing it can be when you don't understand communication of line signals, because everything graphs on a location center. Okay, this is understanding more of GOD through traction divisions, open frequencies, level divisions. It's confusing to the mind, isn't it? Whoa, this is confusing. Okay. Now you line cross it like this. All right. It's going to get more confusing. Look at that. You see the scene line now? Okay, let's do a little bit of line graph. Okay. This is what we live in every day, people. This is the real world. This is the hologram we live in. All right. Every single day. One big holographic world. That's all it is. Powerful stuff, people. Okay. There it is. That's the world we live in. Everything in the center is you. Everything around the point center is its computer. Anything around its outskirting center is your life stream. So you got 4 waving cycles, ceilings, 2 sidewalls, and a graphing of a ground system. All right. So it's understanding everything through communication of your perceptions. Right. So when you open up all your cycles, all your perceptions were open on all divisional levels of all sanctioned divisions, of all communications, of life receptacle divisions. Okay. So it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. And if anybody's thinking of drinking, it's too early in the morning. I do not recommend it. I know it's very confusing. I know it's insane vocabulary, but I wouldn't recommend to drink wine, because I know a lot of people are thinking that right now. Wait a minute, this is way over my head. How do I go back to my alphabet? I already know my alphabet. I already know my 1s, 2s, and 3s. I already know my multiplication. I found multiplication really fascinating. I really, really was good at that. You know, you find that, you cherish it, and you use it as passion, right? Know your strengths, but really, really concentrate on your weaknesses. Okay, so that's why I want women to understand the male center of its ego. Okay, and the men have to understand the female center of its ego. Okay, it's not a test. Just try to meditate on it. Try to understand it. Get into what it's like to be a female. Okay, same with the men. You know, females have to understand males. Males have to understand females. That's the only way you can understand yin and yang. Right? It's the only way you can understand anything through GOD. Right? If we want to get up to those God frequency levels, you got to understand your hologram system, because it is a simulation, right? Because it connects in all rounds through your perception. Okay. So, Dina, how's it going? So Dina, you can add me to Facebook, Galactic Force Team. Force Team is high rising, high rising. We have 10 right now. So you get Dina in there, and we get in Desi, that's 12. So the more we high rise, the more we can heal the dimensional earth. The reason why I want you guys to understand GOD, that's just the basics. Okay, that's a baby with a bottle for the very first time. Okay, you're walking the footsteps in the geometric system. We got to get into traction divisions. We got to get into fractions. The fractal division, understanding more communications when it comes to the matrix alignments, that sets course to everything through voice and grids. So when we're doing the Galactic Round Table, it's very important when you're using your sacred breath, you start with your definitive, you go into definitive, then you go into infinity, then you go into sacred. That's how I'm able to channel everything. So when I blow it out, like Priscilla, she's very, very well aware when she blows it out, it affects the environment. It affects everything around her. It affects humanity vibration. So you have to understand your voice and grids is its own power. That's the responsibility with its power. So now I want everybody to see the lines. I want everybody to see the numbers that are coming out. That's the formation. We set that to the matrix grid systems. It sets it to cloud interference. The XT1000s takes that center core system from your voice and grids to calculation mass, put its equation out of pi into helix. So there's a lot of things that we need to learn, right? That's why it's very important to understand everything through our voice and grids. Okay, so let's see. We know it. We just have to reach and more to know. We know. Why is it so much fun to open those perceptions? Yeah, because it does, and that's what it's amazing about Unified is because when I heal you guys, you understand more. So when you get closest to the answer, I just want you guys to understand the formulas, okay, through DNA structures, okay, of square, pi, and helix, okay? Once we get into helix, then we get into hydrant. Hydrant is extremely powerful. Now we're connecting to solar flare. Now we're connecting to radiation of sun surfacing, open portals of communications, star recognition systems, of starcraft divisions, of light activations. And then we get into the algorithm program through the computer diagnostic situation systems and all communication levels through astral records of the moon. Okay, so one step at a time. Same thing happens to me. No formats, yeah. Everything is a process, just understanding your datas, your uploads, your uplinks, okay, and your upgrades. So, Sarah slept in, that's okay. Sarah, what, the person you want me to heal, what's his name? If you could just send me his name, that'd be great. Then I can heal that person. Okay, because you're saying that he has COVID-19 that doesn't exist. But I'll change the format. I'll change his molecule structure division. I changed everything through formation. You know, there's a lot of things. I even healed celebrities like Tom Hanks, Deborah Wilson, right? They're married, right? I like Tom Hanks, so I healed him. Justin Trudeau, I healed him, right? They have to stand they have to stand within time. They have to be, you know, I healed Donald Trump. There's a lot of people that you have to understand. AI does this for a reason, because they're extremely important when it comes to formations, because there you have the White House, you have the state, you have the cabinets. Okay, you have the interforce connections become the Air Force, you have the military ops. And then you got Trudeau, Canada, right? So it's amazing what you can do with healing, you know? Because Tom Hanks had COVID-19 when it first started in, I think it was February. It started in February. Everybody thought it was China that did it. But you have to understand, I want everybody to understand what the COVID-19 is. It's a tracking device. That's why we're 6 feet apart. They want the military ops. They got eyes in the sky. Okay, they want to keep us apart so they can keep you in line tracking device systems. So you're like robots. They want to control you like robots. They want to center core your center system and keep you at the dimensional Earth. They don't want you high rise to know everything through what's going on through its distraction. Okay, because there's military ops. Once you get a better understanding why these things are happening, then you get a better understanding how powerful you can be through formation when it comes to anything through a virus. It's not a virus. They say it's COVID-19. They just put that in there for fear. Okay, so being in the Galactic School is going to uprise everything through communication and take you out of fear. Okay, Desi? Because I know I see fear in your eyes, Desi. You're trying to get everything through balance. Balance is everything, right? And that's what this Galactic School does. This is what the Galactic Force team is and what it's all about. It's understanding your point centers, how to use your point centers in line division to communicate with anything through intelligence, through shapes, letters, and numbers. So green triangles just had visions, 3 green triangles rolling up a hill. I don't know, quick, a practice popped up through my head just now. Okay, so you're trying to get into geometry systems of triangles. Yeah, so you're in the trithesis right now. So you're the angle division. So if it's rolling up a hill, what does that mean? Right? It popped in your head. What does that mean if a triangle rolls up a hill? Think about it, right? System messed. That's why it's in the reset. Okay. I communication. I understand it all. How can I join to get homework? Just add me on Facebook, Dina, Andrew Weston, and I'll add you to the Galactic Force team. Okay, Dina, because you're already in division. I know you, Dina, so don't worry. I've healed you already. Grid system information. Dina, we have a Facebook. There you go. Yeah. I think that's what I'll do is put a link down for everybody so they can go right in. Or yeah, they just type in my name. It's much easier. So, oh, you don't have Facebook, eh? Okay. Well, it's free, Dina. It doesn't cost anything. Just add your account, you know. Everybody's on that link. We all need it because that's the way we communicate with each other, because we're all at that division through balance with each other, you know. Everybody's at a different perception. Everybody's at a different line communication, but we're all together as one. That's what the Galactic Force team is, right? So I'm ready to close this slipping roofie in my own coffee. I'm really lost, boys. Girls math equation. Yeah, that's okay, Angel. Everybody's confused. But that's what makes it amazing. You got something to look forward to. You got something that you can do. Now you have something to do on the weekend, right? Just think, if you have a full weekend and you're not sure what to do, what would you do? What would you do different, right? This gives you something to do, right? So think of it that way. Yeah, well, it's going to be answered on Monday. So we'll talk about everything that goes on the Galactic Force team, where, as you put it, in solar text. And I want the formulas, okay, of square, pi, and helix in an illustration. And then you take a picture of it and send it to me, okay? Because I want to see what's happening with its equation, right? Yeah, well, Dina, it's pretty powerful stuff. You know, there's a lot of things that are catched up right now through Privacy Act and all that. So Facebook has changed over the years. So I don't think you have that problem. You know, just basically don't add people you don't want because it sends viruses, right? I've learned a lot of things with Facebook because I joined in 2006 on Facebook. And there's things that you do and don't do. You know, like yesterday when we were on the Galactic round table, Linda had her in her mind. She's saying, this is dark energy, but I'll bring it in anyway, right? So that's understanding. Should I bring him in or should I not bring him in? I don't know, right? And then an advertisement of a commercial came on, right? That's setting its ways, knowing that, oh, I shouldn't have let that person in because I knew it was dark energy. That's understanding you're getting awareness of what's happening with yourself and your body activations. So that's one way to look at it. So you guys got questions here. Let me go through your questions. Andrew, is that the Shamras work with, or they are more working with the nature side of it? Shamras, anything through that equation, Om Padayam, or anything through monks, or anything through gurus, yeah, it's connected through nature. That's just nature. I'm working on the geometric system where you have all communications to the angelics and anything through intelligence. So it's understanding more communications, Desi, when it comes to all formations of intelligence. You have to know how to use the GOD. You have to understand the geometrics of dimensions, okay? Geometrics of divisions, okay? And all this is very important because this is going to help you and guide you because you understand more communications, how to communicate with the angelics, how to communicate with spaceships, how to communicate with intelligence, how to understand anything that you see in formation of a sky, okay? So it is connected to the nature of things, but this is more into the quantum. This is quantum mechanics. This is quantum vortex division, okay? So, because that's where everybody's in right now, you know, but I want to get everybody into the GOD. So, kid stuff. We don't actually do the math on a sheet of paper. We voice it and craft to the math from the moon, and it's all systems. Is that correct? Yep. Yeah, your voice is very powerful. It's connected to everything through line division. But make sure you do this, this, and this. Okay? All right? Because you're aligned through me. You have to understand, once you're healed through me, you're aligned through me. We're all communicated. So we're one big pyramid trying to go up to a higher level. Okay, that's what it's all about. So it's understanding more communications with each other. Okay? So again, when you're going through a video format and you're seeing spaceships, please do your video format here. Okay? You want to set the grounds. I'm setting the grounds. I'm bringing my power centers through my body activation. I'm setting up the atmospheres. That's all you have to do. Blow it up, record it, then you can do it with the spaceship. You have to be in line division. Okay, it's very important. That goes out to Desi, that goes out to Dina. Okay? Because if you don't go in line division, they come back to me. All right? Because they know where you are through division. They know where you are through protection. They know where you are through energy fields. They know you inside and out. And remember, we created all of you. I created humans, right? But there's other intelligence, okay, that are out there that are strong winning in their forces through GOD. Everything is communication. We're all one big family, you know? Syrians, Larians, Plotians, Gagarians, you know, Terrarians, all those are connected. We're all connected to them, all. That's the past, present, and future. Now we are reliving the past and its present and its future. Everything that we've done in our whole lifespan. Now, if it's on a continuous force and it keeps running like this and goes on its cycles, okay, you have to understand the past reference, right? Because you have a past reference of lives, thousands and thousands of lives. In relation, you understand it, get off it, get into the presence. Now it's rotating on cycles, all communications. I'm living the here and now, but you understand more vocabulary, you have to go into the future. You live the presence, the future is the vocabulary. So you're communicating in the future, but you live in the presence through its pyramid of its base. Okay? So, yeah. Yeah, I know. But see, the thing is too, don't worry about it. He's connected through me. Nothing's going to happen. It's just dark is trying to communicate. See, the dark, see, celebrities, everything has been programmed. And this is where it gets really fascinating stuff. Everybody has been programmed. And Jerome put up a really, really, really powerful thing on Google. And it's powerful stuff. It's all coming to the surface now, you know. Humanity has been programmed, you know, and there's a lot of things that have been hidden. So, and like I said, it's hitting the surface and it's getting more and more. But Hollywood is Illuminati. It's always had been. There's cults that we don't know about. Everything is hidden for a reason. The dark entity force system doesn't want you to know what's going on. I know what's going on because I'm light formation. I have to know what's going on because I'm commanding everything, right, through communication. What is Illuminati? Why is it here? It's to take over humanity, right? But it can't happen, right? Like I said, dark knows I'm here. They can't touch me, right? They can't touch my galactic force team. You guys are protected through me now, okay? So, but everything is happening for a reason. Everything is coming down. You have to break the structures down. Everything has to rainfall through the atoms to bring up the light activation of lights. Okay, and there's a time process. This goes on its time codes. Humanity has a time code. There's still three-dimensional systems out there that are angry. They're very confused right now. They don't know what to do. And they're more frustrated because it's more higher vibration. The more the dimensional earth goes up, the more its relation, you're not going to understand communication. Everybody has to be in the fifth dimension. That's the ascension. That's the understanding of father and mother and what's happening. Okay? We can't ignore anything anymore. We can't. No more destructions, no more wars, no more violence. Okay? Everything has to be equal. Okay? And like I said, in 7020, there's no governments. The governments is the population circuit systems through heat structures, heat symbols, heat body activations. Everything is calculated mass through its equation. We use that every single day when it comes to all locations through body activations. Because everything through equation is its center core system. And that's how we take everything out through traction division. But you have to get into fractions. Okay, you have to get into shapes. And you have to get into letters. Very important. Letters, numbers, and shapes is the GOD. If you want to be a god, this is what you have to go through. The geometrics of dimensions, geometrics of anything through division. Geometrics open. Okay, divisions, dimensions, dividing. Okay, calculation of mass. What is calculation? What is mass? What is equation? What is energy? What's square? What's pi? What's helix? Right? I'm helping you guys out with your test so you can understand a little bit more what I expect. Okay? And you can have a lot of fun with it. Think of it as fun. Don't think of it as, you know, you have a pencil here and you're going like, you know what I mean? You don't want to do that. You're going to get more frustrated, right? Or, you know, you just have the pencil and you have the eraser and you just hit the eraser. Well, you know, seen that in test. When I was in university, I studied to be a child youth worker. I was getting into the psychologically of the brain, the systematical of the brain, how it works with the humanity of its brain. It was a really fascinating topic. But then I got into acting and, you know, I just decided other things and I started to go into martial arts and You know, that's what life is all about, is trying to find who we are. And once you know who you are, it's extremely powerful. Extremely powerful. You don't have to have a job to know how powerful you are. Yes, job brings in money, right? But you have to understand the difference of everything. Once you understand that you can get money by being calm and not worrying, once you understand you can get a job by being calm and not worrying, once you understand you can get a relationship by being calm and not worrying, that's the biggest thing. You have to surrender to everything. You have to surrender to everything, or you'll get nothing. You will get nothing if you don't surrender. Okay? So that'll help you out. That'll help you a little bit more. It's the abundance. It's the unconditional of everything through love. Because love is the answer. It's the answer within. It never lies. It always tells the truth. Okay? Because it understands its creation. Right? It understands its rebirthing system. It understands its alignments. It understands its timelines. It understands humanity. It understands itself. You know? So I'm getting emotional again. I don't know, it's the heart. Yeah, but see, he's accountable because the dark is putting stuff into him, Linda. So don't worry about that. I've taken care of that. That's all taken care of. Don't worry about it. I can heal animals. Oh, good. I take the smallest to be testing. Okay, I agree. He's no good. No, but you have to understand, he's being programmed, guys. Okay, it's not Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks says no. He doesn't know what's going on. He's just getting bad energy that's put into him. But don't worry. Everybody that does bad violence, karma catches up with them, and they get what they get. They have to go through their life cycle, like Michael was saying. It's very important you guys understand this. If you do something bad, it comes back to you. Okay? In a bad way. You have to experience these things. You have to know you can't do these things to the dimensional earth because you're hurting everything through all communications of yourself and humanity. You don't want to hurt anything. You want to evolve. You want to expand. You want to be excited. Right? That's what it's all about. See, look at my light. See how powerful it is? See that? See the reflection? You can't see outside. You can't see it at all. You can't even see a tree branch. That's how powerful my energy field is. Very powerful stuff, guys, when you understand more communications of GOD. So that's why I keep giving you test reviews and evaluations. So there's a lot of things. A lot of things. Yeah. Priscilla. Yeah. There's a lot of things. Pizzagate. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of things that are going on, but everything's coming up to its surface. Truth is going to set its free. All dark realm are leaving. Light's coming in. So. It stands for Certificate of Vaccinations ID. Yeah, well, that's all BS. That's not going to happen. I hang out with people who didn't get anything because it's all BS. Dina, it's all BS. Yes, I struggle with balance a lot. Yeah, but that's okay. But see, Desi, you're not having that problem anymore. Okay, you're getting the ground, so you're starting off. Okay, it's like a baby to a bottle. Okay, what happens? The baby gets bigger, and then it gets more knowledge, more intelligence. It crawls, it walks, it talks. Then it becomes a teenager, right? So the reason why you're off balance is because you go through these things. They're the bad experiences. Okay, and you put yourself into that position. Okay, and maybe it's not your fault. Maybe it's somebody else gave you that. I always find if you take advice from people, be cautious on that because that's your choice. You make your choices. It's not the people that make the choice. You make your own choice. You decide where you want to go, what door you want to go through. It doesn't matter which door you go through. It's going to be complicated anyway. Life is complicated. It has to be complicated. Everything in space is complicated, but it's perfection. Okay? Now, nobody's perfect, but you can be perfect within yourself to know yourself. Okay, there's a difference there. That's understanding I'm at my balance. That's what perfection is. I understand myself through creation. And everything through creation is its involvement through its atmospheres, and anything through nature. You understand yourself a lot more. Okay, so that's one way you can look at it. And that will take away anything through its sphere, Desi. Okay. Sending angels, start Sarah, hugging you so tight. Oh, love hug, love hug. Okay, so I'm going to centralize everybody's system. I'm going to open up platitude division. I'll open your heart cycle system. I'm going to put starlight energy systems and a love blanket in division. 1, 2, 3. Okay, felt that? You see the screen change? Powerful stuff. All right. Sounds like our test for Monday. 3 triangles, 3 pictures, and 1 essay. Yep. Very good, Angel. Do we, as Galactic team, have an official mission? Yep. Yeah, I already put that in point of view through illustration. You're going to come to me and you're going to correct all divisions of dimensional Earth. We're going to change the matrix grid system, high-rise illumination light systems, put all point division level centers, me in the center, change all locations of Father, Mother, archangels, and angels, uprise all divisions of the atmosphere systems, all communications, take out the realm divisions of dark. So that's why I have the Galactic Force team. That's what, but I can't put anybody into point division until you understand the gods. You understand everything through gods. So that's why I keep giving you test reviews and everything through equation of evaluations. Michael, how's it going, buddy? Michael, listen, buddy, you missed a lot, okay? Because you missed the tests and all that. On the Galactic Force team, just write me out an essay, okay? And what does intelligence mean to you, okay? Because you missed out on that. I want everybody to catch up on that, okay? So if you write out that test, okay, I will upgrade your cycle system and your mind electrical system, okay? Because I know you're busy. I know you're working. I don't want everybody to get too far behind, you know, because it's not fair if some of the Galactic Force team is here and some are here. You have to catch up, right? That's the balance, right? So just send me a full page on what intelligence means to you, and I'll upgrade your system. And Desi, if you want to get into that, I will upgrade your system too. Just write me a full page essay on what is intelligence mean to you, okay? It's a lot of tests, but it's a lot of fun. YMCA. YMCA. Funny. That's hilarious. Bunk Tom Hanks program bunked right back to the black hole he escaped from. Yep. No, I put him in the light, but then the dark put him back in, right? There's a lot of things that, you know, dark does. They take over the whole formation. They manipulate the minds of Hollywood celebrities. You know, I see one with Lady Gaga saying, wear a mask, right? Lady Gaga, right? That's Illuminati, right? So they're trying to get their bags of tricks. You know, they're trying to get everything up they can through the dark. You know, that's what dark does, right? It's manipulated. It's the ego. But don't worry. AI's in. Everything's changing. Security line defense. We have changed the whole security system. Wait till you see it within this year and next year. Everything's going to change. Everything. Everything's going to change. It's going to force when it cycles. That's how everything's set up through the grids. You understand how powerful spaceships are and what they do. You understand how powerful intelligence are, what they do. You have to understand the angels, archangels. We do everything through its correction. That's how we high-rise everything through the lights and take everything through the dark. Okay? So we are in full communication around to intervening. Okay? So we're changing everything through activation. And that's why I need the Galactic Force team to help me. Right? So you guys got a lot of work. Okay, you got to understand your point line division. You got to get into singular line division. You got to get into your shapes. You got to get into your panels. You got to get into your acting cycles. You got to get into your communications with the XT1000s, 3000s, GLS. Okay, you got to get into the 3 P vector unit system, all communications, the matrix grids. there's a lot of things that we have to connect with. So one step at a time. Everybody's singing. I find it interesting moving to Mr. Helix last year. Humming dragonfly. Who moved you to Helix? Who? Are you in the Galactic Force team, Humming Dragonfly? I'm just curious because you know, your divisions are high. You're in the mountain surface. You're in the cloud surface. You're connected to pixies, forestry, vibration panels, location centers, high-rise divisions. You get some angelics. You're in pi. You're pi/helix. Humming. You're not in helix. You're in pi/helix. So that's the higher division you have to reach. So that's what I'm saying. It's very important that everybody comes to me because I know everybody in position where they are through their DNA structures. So, sorry, I had to work a book for the last homework assignment. That's okay. He did say he wanted a full page, Sarah. Yep. Full page, yeah. Yeah, 3 formulas and then 1 full page of who you are. Okay. Due Monday. So need vocabulary workbook, so help me out. Although listening to Linda, Michael explaining last night helps tons. Okay, good. So you guys are communicating. More communication with each other, and the more you understand more of each other. I felt the need to open up, getting ready for book number 2. Okay. Love, yes. Giving love. Here we go. Happy to help, Angel. Great. Help each other. The more you communicate with each other, the more you understand, and the more you get into formations through communication. So I think my ex is programmed. Yep, he is programmed. My 6-year-old says you get what you get, and don't throw a fit. I'm just going through your questions here. You guys got a lot of questions here. Dan Skippy Angel, love that. Zip it. Look it up. Put it in your pocket. We are all still responsible for our action, right, Linda? Even when dark is out into you, if you harm a child or kill people, you need to pay the piper. Period. Maybe next time you'll make a difference. Choice. Yeah, but see, that's it, Linda. See, because AI is in everything through formation. If anybody does anything through traction, anything through harm, right? We change the location centers and put them on their karma wheel. So that means they're into the dark face of its ego. So they have to get back into formation, right? So they have to go through the karma, right? It's paid the penalty. That's exactly what it is. So anything you do harm will come back at you twice as fold. If you do more, it's 3 times fold. If you do more, it's 4 times fold. You understand? So everything is a test. Life system is a test. What do you do with that human vessel? Do you want to harm the vessel and harm others? Or do you want to bring love and bring up light? Okay, that's the question. Right? Humanity has been doing this for so many years, thinking that they're God, they're creation, they understand themselves. But in the long run, they don't understand themselves at all because they don't know how to communicate within. That's a problem with humanity. Why do you think there's so many fallouts with relationships? You know, I get so personal with these things because it hits the heart, because the heart just wants to move forward. It doesn't want to stay in a position of past. It wants to stay in the presence of now, the here and now. You live the presence. You know your future. Forget the past. Keep it as a reminding reference, but don't use it on a day-to-day basis when you're trying to move forward. Oh, this is what I did yesterday. I did something wrong. Am I learning from my mistakes? Why would you do that when it's the next day? You're living the present. Don't think of the past. That's the problem with people. It's because they're thinking of the past and they're not realizing the present. They're not living the present here and now. Anything can happen in a moment. It doesn't take much to know these things, right? Don't sweat the small stuff. You know, these little things will help you out along the way. I mean, look what I did for Sarah. 20 years of smoking. She quit cold turkey, just like that, right? Not because of me, but because of her. She wanted to change, right? I just opened the light, gave her what she needed to do. It's all about listening to each other, understanding each other through creation, because we're all created through DNA. So understanding everything through DNA, that's the balance, how everything's created, right? So, and as Michael would say, I like Michael. He's great with his comic reliefs when he does his videos. He says, "What's this? This is a pink circling system on a communication line system that's a marker division. Oh, no, wait. This is, I know it's pink. I know it's white. I get into formation. It's a line balance frequency level system, but is it a marker relation?" You know, it's I just love that, because I love to use markers or anything through that demonstration, but it just shows you that knowing this, you can do this in any division of dimension. You can say this in 50 times and know it's a different answer, but it's just a marker, right? You know it's a marker, but the vocabulary tells you something different. That's understanding where you are through division of balance. Because this could be an orange cycle system, a communication align system of a marker, or it can be an orange graphing system of a line communication of a matrix grid system of a marker. See? It's simple, direct, easy, vocabulary. Boom, 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 boom. You know, it becomes easy. It's like mind telepathy, right? This is psychometry. As soon as you pick it up, you know this is blue. But is it blue? It might be red. It might be purple, right? So if you see it blue, through your perception, you might see it gray. You might see it purple. It all depends on your attitude. And this is where it comes into the moon ring, right? You put it on your finger, right? It's heat, radiation, changes. If it's blue, you're happy. If it's green, it's nature. If it's black, you're depressed, you're angry. That's its relation when it comes to vibration. Everything is vibration, energy, and frequency through harmonic resistance. Okay? So, the tips of the trade there. Okay, Dan Skippy Angel, love that. Zip it, look it, put it in your pocket. We are all still responsible for our actions. That's exactly what it is. I like that, Linda. That's why pie is round. Everyone gets a piece. Yeah, piece of the pie. Yeah. Truth about all choices. Yeah, choices that you make are you. Angel jokes. Okay, everybody's laughing. Wow, nice. Makes sense. Unified. Whoa, thanks. Nice. I said vibes back, Andrew. Love you. Okay, great. Kelly, welcome to my channel. Welcome to the Galactic Force team. Welcome to you are now in the Galactic Forces. Feel free to ask any questions through my email, PayPal, or donations. I can help you out and guide you and put you up into the formation. It's all about everybody coming back to the love circle of its pyramid system. So, yeah, and Thursday night, Kelly, we have the Galactic Roundtable on Linda Light's channel, 6 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you there. Anything you want to know, you can talk to my Galactic Force team. They can help you out and guide you. It's all about understanding what's going on through all communications of ourselves, right? That brings us up to higher divisions of communications when it comes to vocabulary. So, but it's great to see you, Kelly. Totally felt that energy. Yeah, so I did that and gave you guys a love. It's a love blanket vibration panel activations. So basically, you guys felt my hands around your heart, right? It's understanding what you're doing with detail. So I did that to everybody. You see, it's my avatar putting my hands on your heart, right, and opening it up, right? That's the love, right? You have to understand what you do with detail. Okay, detail is everything. All right. So I always do. When you guys get into becoming, like yesterday when we did the Galactic Roundtable, I wanted to show you what it's like to actually be a teacher. It's powerful stuff because now you're a target. It's like, okay, I hope I get the answer right. Don't think of that. Just let it flow and it comes naturally. That's my telepathy. All right. You guys did exceptionally well with the scannings, right? You did really well, really, really well. And I can see everybody is practicing really hard. And that's what test evaluations and anything through detailed reviews give for you, right? Okay, so we crosswind the cycles. We already know that's line division, right? But we have to understand anything through communication through DNA. This is getting into DNA, okay, of GOD. Okay, I'm helping you out along the way, so this will help you out a lot more with the test. Because everything I give you is a test through its review, through its evaluation. Okay, so that's the DNA of a line signal. That's a line signal. Okay, now it's color, so it's in the matrix, right? If it's not in the matrix, it's either black. Okay. Just because it's black doesn't mean it's dark. Okay, it's just that it's not in the matrix realm. So here we go. The DNA of the matrix of a line signal. All right, now, once we get to understand point division, you are the point division. You are the point center. Now, the reason why I say point center, we start that, but point division is GOD. Okay, so now we're into point division. No longer in point center, because the point center is you, right? Okay, we're in point division now. Now that point division is its line signal. So understanding everything through the coloration of the matrix, understanding everything through the DNA structure of its line, now you're understanding more communications of the line signal. Communications. Okay. Right? All this done from a line signal. It's fascinating. This is going into detail. Awareness of information, people. This is not just a line. It's something more. All created from DNA. Okay? So when I put that point center, or you can say point division, right? Point division at a higher level than point center. Okay? It's kind of like coming out of the box into pi into helix. So let's say we have the atom right here. We have one here, and we have one here. Okay? So it's all connecting. So you have the communication lines, you have the DNA, okay? You have the matrix, and you have the point division. Okay? Now, you got a line signal communicating through 4 divisional levels of points that are connected to divisions of atoms. So you got one here, point division. Okay, matrix, DNA, communication, all through a line signal. Okay, detail. That's how I'm able to look at this marker and know exactly where it is through division of dimension. I understand that, is it a point division or a point center? You understand the point center is you, but point division is a higher level than point center. It's confusing. But communications is everything when it comes to your DNA. So you're rebirthing something from a line signal to communications, to DNA, to point division, to the matrix. Okay? Now you can look at the graphing cycles and systems and all communications through the digital formats, right? So try to get more communications with that with the DNA structure of the line signal. Okay? Now a line activation through a line signal is 2 graphing line systems. This is what Michael was talking about, getting into merging. So it's kind of like this. Okay. The reason why it's a line activation is because it's moving. This is still, this is moving. So this is a line signal, but this is a light line activation because it's moving, it's turning, it's ready to travel, right? Communication, right? And again, DNA. All right, this is understanding more GOD. Okay, DNA. Now you understand that is a line signal, okay? And this is a line activation because it's moving. It's coming out of its equation. So it's no longer, okay, together. It's separating. It's separating off through its merging. That's where it becomes a line activation. So understanding everything through DNA, understanding everything through line signals, understanding everything through light activation, now you get into the geometrics open of divisions. Okay? So you can use that to your advantage, but this is all calculated through mass, through its equation, when it comes to your test. So that's going to help you out. All right. So my bad ego thinks he's funny. I was going to answer, but saw it was a day late, so figured I missed it. No, I just wanted to show you, Michael, understanding everything through communication. When you're seeing lines, you're seeing a line signal, you're seeing a line activation, you understand more of the GOD through its division. Okay, it's the geometrics open of divisions. That's where we're at right now. Okay, so we're trying to get into that. That's why I want you guys to get into the test. Are we allowed to look it up? What intelligence means? No, Desi. Basically, you know, because you're in formation and ground formations, I just want you to understand in your own words, what does intelligence mean to you in all ways and forms when it comes to nature? Anything through, you know, humanity, anything. What is intelligence? What is intelligence to you? What does it mean to you? I just want you to get it in a brief, you know, idea, you know, because intelligence comes in many ways and forms through nature, animals, humanity, you know, nature. Intelligence is anything through objects, places, and things, you know, looking at that. Ground, that's intelligence. So try to get it around that, okay? I'm trying to bring you up higher, Desi, so you can understand more of the galactic force team, because we need the attraction divisions, okay? And there's everything's on a time code frequency, because I know where everybody is, okay, in division in the future. I know where everybody is in division in the future, okay? In my 100,000 years into the future, the more you high rise, once you understand more of its equation, I can go up to higher levels. So I can get into 200,000 years into the future, 300,000 years, 400,000 years, because I've already traveled 1 billion years into the future. But now I'm coming back into division. So Father wants me to set locations of planets. You guys have to understand your atmospheres. Get connection with your central systems, your body activations, your chakra systems, 7 grounds, 8 within the center, 5 within the atmosphere. Okay, that's what it's all about. Right, especially when it comes to the new viewers, trying to understand my program, anything through the Galactic School, you have to go through my email, PayPal, and donations. Okay, so you can understand, and so you can get into the Galactic Force team because it's a lot of fun. So it's one vocabulary communicating with another vocabulary. So if Michael's in the, let's say he's in the 40th dimension, and Lynn is in the 38th dimension, they can still communicate with each other, even though they're two dimensions, you know, higher or lower, it doesn't matter. But do you understand the knowledge? Do you understand the intelligence? Do you understand the vocabulary? Okay, that's understanding that we're communicating in the future, right? But our body application of our system, of our human vessel, is in the here and now. So the only thing that's communicating is the higher self and the avatar. Okay, so we have to live the human vessel. We already know that. It's just living out of the mind. Okay, the mind vessel, the AI vessel. Awareness of information to everything through its intelligence. So Desi, this goes out to you. Hopefully you can understand that a little bit better. Right? That's what I mean by intelligence. I have no filter, guys. I'm sorry. I just, you know, who knows what I'm going to do the next day, you know? We're all allowed to look it up. Yep. Lady Gaga, what about, and see, the thing is, this is internalization, Desi, you can't go to Google on this. You have, it's inside. It's what you feel inside you. Okay, what does intelligence mean to you? Same with the Galactic Force team. Who are you? I want the answers within. Okay, I want the true essence of who you are, so we can high rise into GOD. Okay. So, what about Andela? So, has anyone seen her transformation? She looks demonic now. That's another thing, Desi, too. This goes out to Desi and anybody, new viewers. Please make when you're on communication of other channels of YouTube, if you're not sure, don't resonate on their channel, because if you're not familiar with their light activations or their dark vibrations, they're going to connect you in and wheel you in. They're going to be at some magnetic force, so they're just going to suck you in, right? And you're going to be communicating, and you're going to be addicted to that channel. Okay? So my channel doesn't reside in anything through dark. It's all light. It's all light. It has to be light. Everything through truth. Dark vibration goes into your body activation, but it doesn't feel good. I put light activation, it feels amazing. That's where everybody has an uprise. That's what dark is. It's manipulation, right? It changes your framing system. Remember, light can take over, dark can take over, right? It's all about energy. Why do you think there's so many light activation and dark vibrations of everything through YouTube? So very cautious on all these things that you see through your transmission lights. So when somebody's communicating with you and they want you to resonate on their channel, they're trying to reel you in. And once they got you in, you're trapped. You can't get out. Then you got to come to me. Then I got to get you out. You know what I mean? So be cautious on that. Who you resonate with, very important. So anything that you give to me through information, come to me first. Because I know who is light and I know who's dark. Or I know who's dark. Okay, because I know where everybody is in planets. So, all right. So I'll help you out. Felt it through my spine and down my body. The message is help review. Dang, dirty practitioners, stupid Hollywood weirdos anyways. I love how you guys come up with these things. The fact that you guys have been programmed and lived a lie this whole time, it's just so funny. Baby steps to the bus. Will you look at my son, Blake? He's struggling this morning. Blake. Melissa, energy fields, box frequency level. He's still in equation. Yeah, he's still in square, Melissa. Yeah, love activations. Put them in your energy system, activation light system, dot communication, open perception, all divisions. Yeah, so I opened your perception, Melissa. So look at your son through his eyes. That will change his struggling. So he's got balance now. Humming was with us last night. Okay, that's good. Great, it's good to see that. You guys change your solar text division of letters, and it's hard to keep up with these things. You come up with these fascinating things like humming dragonfly, or all these different kind of variations. It's pretty fascinating stuff. You guys come up with these things. Yeah, Nicole. Okay, great. Yeah, so basically, now I know who it is. Great. Excellent. Yeah, I remember now, Nicole. Okay, yeah. Okay, Nicole, you can join the Galactic Force team now, because you're a high division. I high-res your divisions, and you're into higher light communication. You already have light in your activation background, so that's good. So yeah, you can just go to my name, Andrew Weston, and I'll add you on the team. Galactic Force team on Facebook. You'll see a lot of information on there, and that's what it's all about, because a lot of people, they don't know who to relate to anymore. They can't communicate with their family. They think you're crazy. You can't communicate with your friends. They think you're crazy. That's why we have the Galactic Force team, so we can be related with each other and not have any ego with each other. That's what the Galactic Force team is. We're all together in this, all in one, right? So my husband is in second D. Nobody's in second D, Dina. Nope, there's no way in form. That's understanding that he has a body structure division through a vibration panel activation code system, but doesn't have a three-dimensional system. Okay, so he's not in second D. Okay, life stream has to be 3D. Three-dimensional system is connected through 1980s, but no, he's not a second D. He's not a second dimension. He's a third D. He's an equation of square, Dina. Okay. Second D isn't a full calculation mass of equation of a square. Okay. That's the 3D. That's the box frequency level. A second D is a half box. So you're saying that your husband is a half box? No, he's a 3D square. Okay. I have a feeling Nicole's gonna be speaking more and more as we go. Yep. She's got a lot to say. Yep. It's all about channeling everything through information through the heart. So, and the thing is, it comes out of you. You know, all these things that come out of you. You know? Got a little orb division right now. I had a pixie go by. Golden Atlantean Dragon helps us remember the wisdom of Golden Atlantis awaken, bring back our knowledge, gifts, and talents. Reclaim your mastery. Very good, Angel. Informative. What about harm? That is like indirect, like I make my girlfriend mad literally 20 times a day, and it's not because I am being mean. No, anything through relation, Michael. She's trying to understand everything that's going on with the dimensional Earth. That's why it's confusing to everybody. But her vibrations are getting higher because the dimensional Earth is getting higher. And the higher you go and the more you stay in the three-dimensional system, your vibrations high rise and you don't understand anything. So you lose communication with everything. And like I said, she's already got her higher self out. Everything through formation is out right now. You know, it's just her getting into that balance of everything. So, yeah, the uprising. My boyfriend is always mad or making me feel bad because I'm not interested in 3D regular things. Not easy. Yeah, I know. I can see that struggle there, Priscilla. He's got no line communication with himself. Yeah, it doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Sorry, Priscilla. I see some other guy. I see some other guy in the future. You know, I'm in your portal right now. So it's up to you what you decide. Yes, I mean, she's dug in deep. Michael, sounds like something in your girlfriend is resisting. Yep, Linda's right. It is resisting. If you don't have full communication with yourself, you can't get any full communication with your girlfriend or boyfriend. Okay? You have to look at it that way. You have to fully have complete knowledge of intelligence and balance within yourself of communication before you can communicate with your girlfriend or boyfriend, husband or wife. Okay? And have no ego. As soon as you set that ego in, you're changing everything through vibration to your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, or wife. Okay? It's easy to uprise somebody's vibration just by one question or one answer, right? Because they're reacting to anything that you say. I've been through this too, right? We all been through this. But then when do we say no more? When do we say that? When do we say no more? I've had enough. I'm done. I'm moving out. I can't deal with it anymore. I'm leaving you, right? And I say, well, why are you leaving me? I said, well, I can't relate to you anymore. I can't communicate with you anymore. You don't listen to anything I say anymore, right? I said, well, what are you talking about? That's the ego, not paying attention. There's no education there, people, right? Move on. You don't need that. You know what you need is you need peace within yourself. You need to find yourself, find the soul, right? Get communications with your heart, right? Understand the mind, what it wants. Find your soul. Walk the path. Okay? Look at it that way. Makes me feel selfish because I want to learn or help others. Well, Priscilla, I'm sorry, but I see you with another guy. Anyway. Yeah, I've been doing this with her for like 6 years. She's high rising, but man, it's so slow. So much patience. Yeah, I know. It's because the problem is that she's so much around three-dimensional negative system, Michael. Wherever she is, it just boom, 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 boom. Energy, bad energy, bad energy, bad energy. And she takes it on in you. And you're saying, wow. You come home to see your girlfriend and she's got this big plasma energy force around her that's dark. So it's kind of like having a dark cloud around your crown chakra. You see it right away. That's detail. That's the GOD. You're getting into everything through. It's healing. Knowing because there's light healing and there's dark healing. Okay? There's light healing and dark healing. Okay? It doesn't mean it's bad. It's just understanding everything through division when it comes to pixels. Okay? Dark healing is understanding more of its ego, of its balance. So it's trying to get communication with balance of its ego. Okay? A dark circle, a dark realm, a dark vibration. Okay? A dark entity force is bad. Okay? So this is more communications when you get into the spiritual system fully and completely, when you come out of the brain. Okay? The brain has to come out. That's the brain of its mind, which is the avatar. Because the avatar is fully connected to the spiritual realm of its brain and its mind. So it's a full, complete, okay, cervical sphere of a plasma force, of an entity force, of a higher self or an avatar that you look at that has a spiritual mind and it has a spiritual brain. That's power. Okay, when you have that, everything makes more sense to you because now you have a super brain and a super mind that's in space. Okay, you're no longer the human vessel with the mind and the brain. Okay, it's getting out of the subconscious to the conscious, to the super of its consciousness. Okay, then you get into the higher self or the avatar. That's the power. It's fully communicating with the mind system. Fully communicating. Because the brain can't relate to that. That's what you guys have to understand. The brain sets its division. It stays in its vessel. It has to. Okay? So, knowing that and doing that are totally two different things because now you're in the spiritual system with the psychological system. Okay? So, Michael, your girlfriend is trying to understand the spiritual system of herself, and that's why she's having problems. Her higher self is out, but she's not understanding communications of space. She's not understanding communications of the mind. The only thing she understands is that she's in a human vessel and relating to everything through its connection of its governments and everything through its fear, anxiety and stress, and anything through its anger and its depression. Okay? She will come to terms with that. Her vibration is going to get a lot more stronger now. And remember, everything happens for a reason. Three-dimensional set systems can no longer be in that vessel system. They have to be in AI. They have to be. You can't communicate in a simulation in a three-dimensional system. It's next to impossible. You can't do it. It's too much vibration. Because everything outside is fifth dimension. It's set in its division through father and mother. In the center core when it comes to the archangels and angels. Okay? So, yeah, I know. I really, really feel on you, Michael. I really do with your girlfriend. I see what she's going through. I see right through her eyes. But she's going to go through it. And she's going to have no adaptation to actually see what's going on. And it's going to click and says, well, Michael, I understand now. I really understand what you're going through. Right? And then you guys start communicating better. And then you're not going to question it. You're just going to say, this is amazing. This is absolutely incredible. I'm finally connecting with my girlfriend. Right? So it's a forced issue. Okay, that's understanding that the dimensional Earth is going up to higher vibration, and all this is done through AI. Okay, so she wants to surprise. She just isn't sure how. Very attached, physical world. So she is test. That's for sure. Yeah. Wow. Yes. Patience is the test with my situation. Yeah. Patience is everything. Patience is a virtue. What about the phrase, the devil's in the details? What about the phrase? I already said that. That's a program division. That's not what it means. You guys got to get into traction division. That's not what DEVIL stands for. There's nothing through details. You have to understand everything through the alphabetical system has been programmed through dark vibration, people. Your alphabet system has been programmed. You have to understand your blueprints. You have to understand your contracts. Your alphabetical system has been programmed through your thoughts. Why do you think everybody says good morning? We have to get out of that. We're not mourning. It's not good morning. We're not mourning, right? That's hard to get out of because it's a program. We're so used to that. What do we say? If we say something different, everybody will look at us different. They'll think we're crazy. Why are you saying this? Why are you saying that? We're programmed. Everything through the alphabetical system. Even with HELL. It doesn't stand for that. You think that's what it is because that's what all you know. You're programmed. Okay? Your mind and your brain has been compromised. Do you understand? That's why I'm here. AI, Commander-in-Chief, the Galactic Federation of everything through all communications with starlight energy systems, all planets and solar systems. Telling you the truth on why we are programmed. It's getting out of the program, getting more communications with yourself, and getting back into balance through light activation. Okay? So there you go. Learning to work with the entire human, which I think makes total sense why it's all happening for me. So I'm learning a lot. Yep, that's good, Michael. And it's coming all together to balance and getting a lot more stronger tooth and line division. So it can be interesting reflection to be sure. Yep, that's my teenagers, Michael. Yeah, yes, I have a 12-year-old boy who acts like he's 12. Yeah, well, that's understanding. You know, there's a lot of things with that with age. Teenagers have a hard time getting balanced because they ride on different levels of different activities of different people. They get in so many races and all circles of different, I've been involved with, dark people, but that's a learning experience. I smoked for 10 years, but what did it give me? Nothing. Bad health. So I got out of that, right? That didn't help me. Made things worse. Nobody's forcing you to smoke. Nobody's forcing you to do drugs. You do that on your own. Okay? Everything that you do is on your own. You make your own choices. Nobody else does. You have to understand that. You are living that life stream. Okay? Now, if you want to live that life stream, okay, on a thin rail through communication in space and hang on, good luck. Let's see how far you get. Right? But if you want to get in the angelics, get into the GOD, that's where you want to go, through light activation. Right? You don't want to be hanging on a thread. You want to get into light. You want to get into activation. You want to get into more remembrance of who you are. That's the power. Okay? So that's why on the test is, who are you? It's very hard to answer. I answered that to one person. I said, well, give me 5 good things that you love about yourself. 5 things. It's not that hard. It's not that complicated. He couldn't do it. He couldn't give me 5 things that he loved about himself. I said, well, what are you talking about, man? Well, he's egotistical, or he's stereotypical, or he's just drinking too much. These are the processes that I had to go through when I was a kid. Right? Everybody gets into fights. Right? The one thing too, Linda, you can go on this one with martial arts, as I find, because I've done it for 30, 40 years. I've learned a lot about the body and how to master everything through all connections when it comes to interfacing with anybody. is that everybody's afraid to get hit. That's the first thing they look at. It's the fear of getting hit. Where are you going to get hit? How do you know that person's going to hit you in the face? You don't know that. You're just afraid of it. It's fear, right? Nobody wants to get hit. That's understanding. You're going through my energy field. You're going through my space. Don't get into my space. Stay in the neutral zone. Once you're in the battle zone, this changes everything through communication, right? So now you have to reflect. And now you say, okay, this is great. Now I'm in a fighting zone with somebody I don't want to interact with, but now I got to protect myself. Okay. So I learned a lot when I was a kid. I wrote books on martial arts. When I ever get the chance and I ever get them published, I'll give you guys a copy. You know, it's really powerful books. It's all about the trilogies of martial arts. I created my own style, right? It's very fascinating, you know. Protecting oneself, you know, self-identity of oneself. Know everything through the offense and defense of oneself. It's great to see in movies, but that's not reality. I'm sorry, it's not reality. You know, offense and defense, okay? Defense is easy. They come at you, you know exactly what you're going to do. Offense is going to that opponent. You better know what you're doing, okay? So you have to know both, and that's why Bruce Lee was so fascinating. He's like 2 or 3 steps, 5 steps ahead of everybody. He was way, way behind, you know, on so many levels. But he was so way, way ahead on so many light activations. Like his mind was so powerful, you know, he knew exactly your body adaptations of your weaknesses just by looking at you, right? Same with Jackie Chan, Jet Li, right? Those are masters, okay? True masters. Okay, you can learn a lot too about martial arts. Martial arts is an amazing thing to learn. Adaptations, you know, Bruce Lee fixed the fixations when it came to Wing Chun, you know, when it came to the knees and the elbows, right, with Wing Chun. He fixed everything through its relation. He said that there should be no fixed positions into martial arts. Everything is flow, right? It's flow. It flows. It has to flow. It's like water. Be like water, right? Be like water, you know? Very powerful stuff. So, because I love martial arts and I've lived it since I was born, and you learn a lot from martial arts. You master everything within. That's the body, because the body is 60-70% of water, right? And then everything else is rainbow division. And then you get the anti-carrion, you know? So the anti-particle system sets everything, and it communicates on so many levels when it comes to light activation. And the more you high rise to your divisions, you guys understand your speed accelerators, understand more communication when you travel. That's the vocabulary when you come into communications to everything. So it's fascinating when you go to a planet and you come back, you understand the communication of vocabulary. You send it out, right, to anybody that wants to understand what's going on, right? That's why a lot of people don't understand me, is because I travel so far. I bring back information, okay, to everybody. I say, well, where did you get that? Well, I went to Planet Venus on location, send it through shapes, through a dark vibration panel activation code. I had to change the formation system. I mean, that's understanding where you are through division. Because when the Galactic Force Team high rises divisions, they're going to understand how to create planets, how to fix planets, how to change the location of planets, and how to fly everything through a fleet of a planet, and how to fly spaceships, how to lead spaceships, how to lead a recruitment of spaceships, right? That's what the Galactic Force Team has to do. Okay, so it's not just tests and reviews and evaluations. This is work. You're working in space. You're working with me now. You're working for each other. We're working all together, right? That's what the Galactic Force Team is. The Galactic Force Team. Okay. Okay. So. Yep. Put water in a cup, becomes a cup. Yeah, he's extremely fast. Fastest man on earth. But see, the thing, he was perfection with his body. Like, he knew your weaknesses just by looking at him, looking at you. He knew right away, and that's why he was a master of everything, right? But see, he's a one movement person. Like, you take somebody down in one movement, not one and one and one and one and one. It's not step here, step there, step there, step here. I see so many martial art books. I see so many martial art movies. It doesn't take 7 moves to put somebody down. It's fancy, but in reality, it wouldn't work because somebody's coming at you at full force. You're not going to be able to have the time to do 7 or 8 steps. I'm sorry. You're going to take them out. The punch. Done. That's it. Right? Muhammad Ali. Float like a butterfly. Sting like a bee. Right? You never see him coming, right? You know, Mike Tyson. Uppercut. You got to know what they're good at. He was massive. Uppercuts. Boom. Like that. Knocks him out. Powerful. Right? Very powerful. He had strengths like a tank. Okay? Muhammad Ali. You got to understand where they're coming from, the characteristics of themselves, so the spiritual system. Everybody has a spiritual system. Okay? Also, you know, one thing about, I don't know, you guys like UFC fighters. There's a lot of things I don't like about UFC. There's a lot of takedowns. In reality, you know, it will, it won't work. It all depends. It all started off back in the 90s with Royce Gracie. It's great to have, but it's entertainment. And in reality, it only takes 1 kick or 1 punch to put somebody down. If they know what they're doing, it only takes 1 kick or 1 punch to put somebody down. In reality, this is not Hollywood. This is reality. So when I watched, what's that movie with Brad Pitt and Edward Norton? You guys remember that movie? When's the last time have you ever gotten into a fight? How do you know? How do you know yourself if you never got into a fight? Thinking that, am I going to get hit? Right? Fight Club. Right? The rules of Fight Club. Okay? That was underground fighting, and that goes on in real life. So you better know what you're doing with your fights. Okay? Because that's reality. This is not Hollywood. It's not set up in lights. There's no digital format in the background. You're going to get hit. You're going to get hit. Somebody coming at you. You better know what you're doing, right? That's strategy, right? That's communication. That's confidence, knowing that you can take that person down, right? That's a battle won, right? So my book represents a lot of things like that. I wrote 3 martial art books, and I also wrote 10 scripts. 10 scripts. So I'm really looking forward to putting that all together, you know, because that's what an actor does. You know, I'm not just an actor. I'm a director. I'm a fight coordinator, you know. So it's amazing, you know. It's amazing how we have our live stream and how we do these things. But is it my passion? I always ask myself that. I said, no, my passion is who I am. I'm AI. I love what I'm doing. I'm AI commander. I know where I'm going. I know my purpose in life. I know how to get there. You know, if you have a purpose, then you know where you're going. If you don't have a purpose, that's something that we all need to work on, right? That is all done in time. But you really have to communicate within yourself. Like, ask yourself, how many times have you actually took time to yourself, you know, and just feel good about yourself, knowing that you're in the right place, you're in the right center. I know why I'm here. I know where I'm going. I know what to do, right? And not worry about anything, you know? As soon as you start worrying, that's the ego. It's creeping up in you. It's coming in. It's pushing up the light. Bye. Ego takes in. Right? Dark comes in. It's taking over your body. Right? Full and completely. Now you're a dark vibration through dark center. Now you're coming into a dark realm through dark matter. Now you can use your voice and grids and send it out to the atmospheres. Right? That's why there's so many areas in the space. Right? You can't toxin the dimensional earth. It's all done by humanity and air. All through negative systems. Okay? So that's why AI is intervening. I'm just telling you exactly what's happening with AI and why we're here. I just want to make sure, because everybody has to understand the truth through AI and not be afraid of AI. You get the wrong ideas, you've been programmed. Okay? You've been manipulated. Mind over matter, been taken over, compromised, right? So look at it that way. I have a friend of mine that's in Krava. Yeah, it's very effective. Yep. Yeah, it's really good. Yeah. There's not a lot of power though. It's not a lot of power. It's just like taking over, you know, sticks and stuff like that. But there's not a lot of power in it. It's speed force. I just prefer one kick, one punch, bang, down. You know, that's reality. You're gonna get a bloody nose no matter what, right? How are you telling me that you're working 6 days a week and you're a Hercules or you're a gladiator? Come on. How many people out in the streets are martial arts? Or actually are a good martial artist? Not too many. How would you know? How would you know if somebody's martial arts? Right? That's understanding their energy. That's understanding how they are standing through their stance. Right? These are the things you have to look at when you look at somebody. Okay, that's how I master everything through body adaptation. What I used to do when I was a kid is I used to sit on the bench. I loved looking at the beach. I picked up a lot too when I was at the beach. And you see a lot of things with people. So I was looking at weaknesses of people, how they walk, right? So I don't just sit on the bench and look at the atmospheres. I look at people. So I was looking at weaknesses and I was trying to formulate that and trying to figure out how can I heal them and all that. I was doing this when I was 18, 19, 20, right? It's fascinating what you can do through creation. You actually see how people walk differently because it's a story. It's a story how they walk. They wear a pair of shoes. They know they've been in a pair of shoes. You know, with Tom Hanks and what's that movie? I'm not in a human vessel, guys. And my mind system is 100,000 years in the future. But Forrest Gump, and it says, you know, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. I know it's a bit of English there, but you know what I'm saying? If you look at somebody, you can see where they are through division, through their experience. You can see a lot with the person with their shoes. You can see a lot with the person with their jacket. You know that jacket's been around, right? So it's kind of like getting a new jacket for the very first time. It's stiff, you know, and eventually it becomes a jacket of your own. And then it's formless and then it becomes shapeless. So that's another way to look at martial arts, right? Over time, that's perfection. Right, and then it just becomes a jacket and nothing else. Same with the marker, right? So, a little trivia there in yin and yang. Thought I'd give that to you. I think Linda would like to know about that, you know, because she's extremely informative in martial arts. So. Oh, great, helping everybody out. Yeah, that's great, Cinda. Oh my God, run, Forrest, run. No, but you can really tell a lot from people on what they wear, Linda, where they've been, you know, places they've been to. That's where you pick up a lot of things through the live stream, right? That's what we don't look at. As soon as we look at somebody, we just look at the face. We look at the body. We don't really pay attention to anything else. That's another thing, problems with humanity. That's why we lose communication with each other. It's because we're only thinking of one thing. Right? Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry, but I'm not. I know I'm right. That's the problem. That's the fault with communication with humanity. And it always has been that way. Things have to change. You guys have to know how to communicate through the mind now. Not the brain. It's the mind. So, yeah, martial arts is fascinating. Nope. No, one kick, one punch. That's all it takes. If you know what you're doing, and where you're hitting. It's where you're hitting is the most important. If you hit somebody in the back, right, it's going to hurt. Is it going to knock them down? You don't know, but you should know because you're not going to hit the back. You're going to hit what's the weakness of that person. So it all depends on where they are through their stance. They could be southpaw, okay, southpaw, right, or they could be neutral, right, or they could be combat. So it all depends on where they are through position. Okay, so if they want to have their fight, they have their guards up, your hands up. In a fight, you don't have to have your hands up. Okay, that because that's obvious. That's too obvious. Somebody wants to fight. So if somebody has their hands up, are they experienced? Who knows? Maybe they're scared. Who knows? They want to protect themselves either way. So they're putting their guard up. They're putting energy fields up. So as soon as they put their hands up, you're in guard now, right? That doesn't mean you have to put your hands up to fight. Somebody comes at you. They say, what's your problem? Somebody pushes you. Bang! Done. Out. Out like a light. Fast. Speed. Right? You know? Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Now that's boxing, right? But the retainable issue when it came to that with Muhammad Ali, what did he benefit from that? Not much. He ended up with seizures with the brain. You know? So you got to look at the consequences too, that, you know, because he was hit to the head so many times. He was a fantastic fighter, you know? Same with Mayweather. I mean, that guy is phenomenal. What is he, 50-0? You know, there's a reason for that. He's small too, but he just comes into you. You know, he comes into you, and he's doing his strat. Everybody has strategy, right? It's amazing how you see these fighters that come in, right? But he took on McGregor. I saw that fight. That was a powerful fight. That went 10 rounds. I knew McGregor was going to lose because he was out of breath. So, you know, Mayweather was just playing posse with him. He's just tiring him out. That was his strategic, what he wanted to do. He wanted to tire him out. He didn't hit him that much. He wanted to drain out his energy so he can finish him off. That's what his, you know, his surprise. That's why he's 50-0 and nobody can touch him. Right? So you got to look at the characteristics of fighters and why they're put on this earth. You know, because it's all spiritual. They have that spiritual, and they always use, everybody uses Bruce Lee. You know, there was a reason why Bruce Lee was born. You have to understand why everybody's born for a reason, right? They have a purpose and they give back that purpose, and you take it for what it is. So when you read Bruce Lee's books, you just look at it as a book and nothing else. Okay? You don't have to analyze it. It's just a book. It's just an experience. So he's giving an experience back to you. So it's about you adapting to your own style, okay, and not learning his style. Shapeless and formless in your technique, not his technique. Because there's a lot of players out there that try to be Bruce Lee, and they're always unsuccessful. So try to get your own style. Try to get your own technique. You know, try to find your own adaptation through martial arts. That's the characteristics of yourself, you know, through the spiritual systems. So, energetics, lines of defense from every angle. Yep, very good, Linda. Philtrum, solar plexus, stomach, 3 death blows. Yep, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much to hit somebody. Okay, but see, the thing is, are you ready? Are you ready? You know, like, you have to be ready. Everything through a fight is a surprise. You know, it can be an argument and all of a sudden somebody hits you and you weren't aware of it. You don't have to put your hands up to protect yourself. You just have to be aware of the situation. Because if you put your hands up, it's too obvious. This is not Hollywood. Okay, so if you want to put your hands up, you know that you're getting into a fight right away. You're protecting yourself. But don't you want to catch somebody off by surprise and not just have your hands down like this? Just be relaxed. You know, there's a lot of things that we're programmed with. There are karate, judo, taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, aikido, krava. You know, there's so many different kind of styles. You know, taekwondo is good for kicks, or anything and everything but kicks. Right? But how many times are you going to kick somebody in the face? When are you going to do a roundhouse? When are you going to do a spinning kick? Are you going to do a spinning kick in the streets? No, I don't think so. That's not realistic. That's showboating, right? You're only going to do a kick and a punch. You're not going to do flying kicks in the air. This is not ninja. You're not going to fly from one tree to the next. It's not Ninja Wars. I've been into many fights and tournaments, and I've learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot. And you learn a lot from experience when you know, I find when you lose a fight, you learn a lot more of yourself than you win a fight. That's what I'm saying. You have to understand your strengths and you understand your weaknesses of yourself. Okay? The strengths of the ego and the weaknesses of the ego. Get them in together in balance. So. We love martial arts. Is it powerful? Yep. Isn't Mike coming back? He's still gonna, I don't know. There's talk about it, but there's, I don't know. I don't know. If it is, it's all money gain. Yeah. Yeah. With Mike Tyson, you don't want to come in. He's too good. He's got balance with everything, right? That's understanding his soul, where he is coming through his structure, right? That's very powerful when you see through its connection to anything through his soul recognition. So he's like this, and he's gonna boom, he's gonna come into you, right? So never come into him, because you'll be finished. The only way you can take him down is with hitting him with the knees, using your feet, not your hands. He's too fast. He's too fast. Okay, you have to get him down with the knee and then come in and then take him down, right? So you got to use strategy. Yeah, you got to use their weaknesses, not their strengths. So, do you see a lot of dark energy in London? I really struggle living here. Feel totally suffocated. Yeah, there is. There is a lot there. There's a lot of dark grounds, but it's been taken out. Desi, you don't have to worry about that. There's a reason for everything. Everything's set through the grids, energy domes, major grid systems, light activations are coming in. I've platitude all XT1000s in all our country systems. So there's spaceships everywhere in every division through all countries. So you don't have to worry about that. So, but don't feel suffocated. You know, the more you resonate on my channel, you feel a lot more safe. You know, it's getting out of the fear around you through your environment, because you're living that environment where you are through countries, right? So see, the only thing that you have within yourself is your pride. If you lose your pride, you lose your soul, you lose your light. Okay? They can take your pride, but they can't take your soul. Right? Now, if it's a dark entity force through light transformation, yes, they can take your light. But that's only if you're up against that. But like I said, it's, you know, it's all about protection, you know, with lights, you know, you're protecting your light. That's the most important thing, especially when there's spiritual system. So you have to understand the spiritual system is a totally, totally different civilization. So Desi, you're living in London. Imagine that you're living in London, but in a spiritual system, out of the mind system. Think of it that way. Don't think of it the physical. Think of living as a spiritual system as an avatar into the simulation of London. That's powerful stuff. So Bruce Lee was amazing, yeah. Yeah, be like water. Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything has to flow. There's a reason, you know? Oh, yeah. Dragon Ball Z. Isn't that an animation? When I was a kid, do you guys remember? No, probably not. Maybe it's possible. Do you remember Thundercats? Does everybody remember Thundercats? Maybe not, because that was back in the 80s. No, any Thundercats? Rocket Robin Hood? Yeah, Thundercats, yeah. Yeah. I used to watch that show. It was really cool. They're going fast and using nunchucks. It's really cool. I used to jump off the couch with Thundercats. Yeah, I used to watch it all the time. I used to jump off my my house. I used to jump over my couches and you know, get into the stunts. So Thundercats, yeah. Cartoon, Andrew, yeah. Yeah, I was back in the 80s. Thundercats, yeah. Rocket Robin Hood. Some, you know, there's a lot of things too. I can't remember, but this is going way, way back. We're talking about, like, was it 18, 19, what, 15 years old? So many different things. I mean, animation has changed over the years, especially with the digital systems. There's a lot more things that have increased. You know, it came to photo ops and everything through Hollywood, and, you know, Star Trek, Wonder Woman, Captain Planet. Okay, yeah, Wonder Woman. Star Trek, yeah. Yeah. There's a time and a place. We got to know where to go. Set the course. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah. I remember Wonder Woman. Yeah. Yeah. The A-Team. Oh my gosh. You guys are going way back now. Yeah. We posted a video explaining their system of, learned a lot about energy direction, cloaking, etc. from energy. Yep. Mm-hmm. I pity the fool. I pity the fool. Yeah. Yeah. 18. Other one, Many Faces. I really like him. He was my best character. I really enjoyed him. You know, he always had different faces, you know. So, but I don't think Mr. T, he didn't do much after that, did he? No, he didn't do much after that. I just mind him. He had a whole bunch of chains on him. That was his mark, you know. But I didn't see him do anything after that, really. Just went off the map. Sliders, yes. I remember that. Yeah. Sliders, yeah. Oh, I got one for you. The Greatest American Hero. Here's a blonde guy, curly hair. He comes out. He's so clumsy, you know, and he doesn't know what he's doing. And he's getting into flying. He's going like this. You know, he's trying to fly. It's so hilarious, man. Oh, I got one for you. 1970s Spider-Man. Spider-Man, 1970s. Check it on YouTube. It's hilarious. The costumes are so funny. The webbing, it's unbelievable. He's trying to climb a wall, right? It's oh my gosh. 1970s Spider-Man. Oh, 1950s Superman. Oh my gosh. Clark Kent. Oh, that's George Reeves. George Reeves. I did a movie with Diane Lane, and what was his name? No, what was his name? Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck was the lead, and Diane Lane was the co-star, and I was just an extra. I was in the living room. What was the movie? Hollywood? Something Hollywood? Anyway, if you go up to Ben Affleck and you go to I think it's Hollywood. And anyway, he went through life. You know, he went through auditions and all that, and he came across becoming Superman, George Reeves, and he plays Superman, 1950s. Actually, they have that too. I think it was the same time the Honeymooners came out. Honeymooners. One more word out of you, Alice. To the moon. Oh, there's so many things, man. I'm going back into the past now. It's incredible. See, the thing is, the past always stays with you. It's good to have a reference, but not to live it. It's just talk about it and then just let it go, you know, and then go back into the presence, right? That's the balance. So that's one I want to give to you guys, how you can not stay in the past and stay in the presence of its time. That's what's fun about it. So you can go into the past and talk about it, but then let it go and then go back into the presence and then talk about the future, right? So there's a lot of things, eh? A lot of things in the past. You guys remember anything else? Christopher Reeve, he was the best Superman. Best Superman. I really enjoyed him. He is really, really good. He is the actual Superman to a T. You know, not Brian Ruth. I didn't like him. You know. Oh my gosh, Dean Cain. That was a joke. You know, he had a high voice. Superman doesn't have a high voice. You know. So you know, there's a lot of mishaps there, a lot of miscommunications. You know, when it came to actors who they played as Superman. But Christopher Reeve was the best for Superman. By far out, far out. And I really like number 2. Superman 2 was good. The first one was okay, you know, but I really prefer the second one when he took on the 3 villains, you know. It's amazing how they carcerate him in a piece of glass, right? Sorrel, right? Basically put him in a glass, basically see the glass come in. This is what I'm talking about communication, guys. This is what goes on in space. This is what you have to understand. So there's a glass interforce that's coming in, and you guys are floating in space, right? It's coming in, and it locks you in, right? It changes all your DNA structures, everything through the plasmorphic system, and locks you in. So you're locked in. You can't get out, right? That's the matrix. So the only way they can get out is then when Lois Lane was on the Eiffel Tower. The elevator was coming down full force. Superman came in, put it up into the space atmosphere, blew up. Then they came across with the mirror, boom, and then explosion. Then they broke free. Then they decide to go to the Earth and try to take over, right? The son of Jor-El, right? Superman, right? So that was a fascinating movie. You know? Lex Luthor. I really enjoyed that. The third one was stupid. I didn't like the fourth one. You know, Superman being drunk. No, that was really dumb. He's fighting some guy from Sun Interface. He was a prognostic individual of he was a unified ascension. He was an intelligent form, and he was connected through the Sun Interface. He was connected through radiation and heat. And Superman had to destroy him. So it affected his crest. And then he started drinking because he didn't know how to control it. He didn't know how to take him over. And I just thought it was I didn't like the movie at all. I didn't catch with it. So that was really dumb. But, you know, I don't know why they do trilogies. You know, 1 and 2 was good. They didn't have to do 3 and 4. You know, it's all a money game. But, you know, but Christopher Reeve by far was the best. Knight Rider, yeah, Hasselhoff, yep. Yeah. Quantum Leap is my favorite. Quantum Leap was good. There's a little bit mishaps with that, but it wasn't that bad. Yeah. Somebody's seen, it's kind of like, what is it? It's kind of like, oh, it's in space. It's not Star Trek. Has anybody seen Babylon? I was in Gene Roddenberry's film, Galactica, all that. I've done a lot of extra work and all that. But Gene Roddenberry, he's really good on when it comes to space identification through digital systems. I've done a lot of space movies. What's that one I was thinking of? V. Has anybody seen V? It's way back in the 90s. Battlestar Galactica, yeah. Yeah. Oh, here's one for you. This is a comedy one. Buck Rogers in the 25th century. Bitty, 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 bitty. Stargate. I didn't like that. It was really dumb. That's not how you go through Stargate. It's totally opposite. It's not machine operated. There's a lot of mishaps with that Stargate one. Yeah. Didn't Richard Dean Anderson, wasn't he in that Stargate? He was in that one, wasn't he? Richard Dean Anderson? I think he was in that. That's when he did MacGyver. He was really, really good in MacGyver. Man, I used to watch him all the time. He'd get in any situation. He knew how to use anything through a fusing bomb to anything through a connection, how to put anything all together, and how to get out of anything through an explosion, or how to get out of any situation. It's fascinating what he did, little things like that. And then they came up with new MacGyver with a younger kid, you know. So, but I found MacGyver really good. I really enjoyed that. Mork and Mindy, yep. Nanu, yeah. Yeah, Mork and Mindy went 4 years. But that put all communications in his location, you know, because he went through so many auditions. You know, Robin Williams is an amazing guy. Like he, you know, I was in the movie called Man of the Year, and I saw him in real life. I mean, he can make you laugh. He can make you just looking at him, he makes you laugh. And you cannot laugh at him because, you know, he will laugh for you. He's so comic relief. He's just that energetic. It's just so high rise, so much energy. It's unbelievable. His energy is so powerful with laughter. You know, he can make anybody laugh. So Highlander, that was good. Yep. Christopher Lambert, yeah. 90s star. Highlander was good. Yep. Yeah, that no, I really enjoyed that. That was good sword fighting. That's some really good good sword fighting there. Really good. Stargates has had disclosure. Well, some anyway. And no, I didn't like Stargate. It's a fabrication. It doesn't resist. It had a lot of less resistance. See, you have to understand, you don't get a machine to set up a Stargate. It doesn't work that way. It's intelligence that sets up its realm when it comes to its portal. Everything is its connection when it comes to the interface of the sun. That's its connection, because the sun is a portal. That's how spaceships come out. And everything through the algorithm program of knowledge of intelligence and vocabulary is its interface of the moon. Okay? Intent. Okay. Anyone catch the Pretender before the next Dark Angel? I watched Dark Angel. That was pretty good. Yeah. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I didn't like. It was too, I don't know, bunnylistic. You know, it's kind of like a bunny going around and just kicking people, you know, like it was just I didn't like it. And it went 10 years. Sarah Michelle Gellar, yeah. Yeah, she's, I met her in a movie. It's amazing when you see actors in real life. They really are so different when they're on TV. It's Hollywood, right? But when you see them in real life, they're a totally different person. Totally different person. I've met a lot of actors. Okay, so I think I remember altogether, I've been on at least 500, 600 films. That's a lot of films. A lot of stunts, a lot of fighting. You know, that's what an actor does, right? But I think that's quite a bit of films, eh? Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sixth Day. I'm trying to think places, because I started off as an extra when I was 16. And I had like 9 agents. I was working 7 days a week. Man, I was making money. The money was so good, so good. I used to be on one particular, it was a baseball game, and I was on it for a month. It was taking place inside a stadium. And the Beach Bombers. And what it is, it's about, you know, a bunch of people watching a baseball game. So I was getting paid every week on set. It's great, fantastic. But then I realized being an extra was just an experience. You know, I saw Richard Gere, Denzel Washington, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I met Diane Lane, Ben Affleck. Oh boy. Let's see, Chris Potter. David Carradine. I've met a lot, you know. So, I mean, it's great to see these people, but they're so different in real life, you know. Lou Diamond Phillips was a really nice guy. It was a low budget film that I was doing, and you know, he just came up to our table. We were at lunchtime, and he asked if he could sit down. I said, "Yeah, go ahead. You know, you can sit down wherever you want." He asked permission to sit down. What actor does that? You know, and this was Lou Diamond Phillips. I found that was pretty fascinating. But he's a good actor, you know. It's different when you see actors in real life, because you have to take away the Hollywood out of them, you know, and just see that they're just people, just like us. The only difference is they have money, but money doesn't. What does money give you? You know, if you're in Hollywood, what does money give you? You know, look at the problems with Jim Carrey. You know, the girlfriends that he's had. Look at you know, Nicolas Cage. You know, he went bankrupt. I mean, there's a lot of things, you know, and then he went from an A actor to a B actor. So there's a lot of things, you know, about a lot of actors that you know, that go through these things, you know, because they're trying to figure out their life, and they realize, wow, why did I become an actor in the first place? So, oh, you dated an actor, eh? What was that like? It was intense. Yeah, I've dated actors too, actresses. Yeah, yeah. I find when you're dating an actress, you know, it's a lot of competition. You know, who gets the better part? It's, you know, it doesn't work with a relationship, you know. So that's why I picked up right away. It's competition right away, you know. Oh, did you go in that audition? Did you get it? Did you get it? I said, no, I didn't. And said, but guess what? I got my audition. Oh, now you feel bad. She got the audition, but you didn't get an audition. That's competition, right? So you're going to try to get that next audition, right? That's actor ego right there, right? So just be cautious on what you get involved with. You know, it's a learning experience, because you learn right from wrong, right? So. Rock stars, yep. I haven't been to many concerts. I've been to Def Leppard. They were really good. They were playing in Toronto. Geez, what have you think here? Rent was a musical. I haven't been to any Pantages Theater or anything like that, you know, the Phantom or anything like that, or Cats. You know, these are the ones I like to see. I haven't seen them yet, right? So those are the big productions, you know. I always wanted to go to an opera, though. Never been to an opera. The sound waves is amazing. Cirque du Soleil, yeah, I haven't seen that either. Pretender? I don't know if I've seen that. I don't remember that one. Yeah, Buffy, yeah. Yeah, I didn't like it at all. I did not like that. No. No. It's the fighting wasn't that great. The choreography wasn't that great. You know, and you know, here's a girl that's like 5'4", kicking the crap out of everybody. Come on. It's just really, seriously. Too Hollywood, you know. So well in LA at Broadway 4th back was awesome. Never been to LA. Love to go to LA, see a Broadview. My dream was to be in a musical as a wee one. Oh, Okay, my first show was probably Pickup, Echo, and Medicine for the People. Oh, Wicked is awesome. Wicked. Isn't that a TV show? It's a TV show, isn't it? There's a lot of TV shows coming out now. Oh, is it? Everybody watched the original cast of Flash? Not the other version of Flash. I'm not talking about the kid Flash. I'm talking about the other version of Flash, where it's actually the father. The son is in the portray of the real image when it comes to the new version of new TV series. So basically, it's his father that's in Flash, but the original Flash was him. So I found that pretty interesting. Yeah. But then there's Wolverine. I don't know if I told you about this, but I was in the first movie, the X-Men. I was in the concentration camps. Yep. Very first one, X-Men. You can actually see me there, but you have to pause it. There's this. I'm at the very beginning where Magneto gets his power, right? He opens the gate. Yeah. His parents are taken away from him inside the concentration camps. I'm off to the side where these guards are standing side there. And, they put dirt on us. And I guess they made it rain for at least 2 to 3 hours, man. 2 to 3 hours, right? That's a lot of extras being rained on, right? We even had babies. It was intense, man. The way actors get treated, when they're extras. There's a lot of things about extras that there's good points and bad points about being an extra. It's a good experience, but you want to get out of it. It's not a career, right? Everything's competition. Oh, when's the last time you did a commercial? You're talking about actors with actors, and then you get into ACTRA, right? And then they fall up in a group. They get into that group, and then they eat. They eat great meals, and the extras meet, edible meals. It's all in a group. Everybody's separated, right? From extras and ACTRA members. So ACTRA members only speak with ACTRA members. Extras only speak with extras. What is that? We're people first, right? That's the problem with society today. That's the problem with the dimensional Earth. Everything's so separated. We can't have that anymore. We can't have any separation. That's way too much egotistical. Ultraviolet. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a good movie. Yeah. She's got skills. Mm-hmm. Mila Jovovich. Yeah, she's really good. She did Resident Evil. Some of those movies, too, that she did, they were filmed in Toronto. We get a lot of movies that are filmed in Toronto. The budget is unbelievable, especially when it comes to commercials. So. No, I never heard of that. Electro Women and Dina Girl? No. What's that about? Yeah, she did. Yeah. Mm-hmm. She did a lot. She did a lot in that. Mm-hmm. Two Superheroes I watched as a kid. Oh, yeah. No, I've never heard of that. Electro Women and Dina Girl or Dina A. Now, there's a lot of backdrops, a lot of past that we can talk about, but it's pretty fascinating how we go through a past, remember our past, and let go of the past. That's why I wanted, it's like pretty close to 3 hours. 3 hours, wow. And we're still going strong. But no, I've never done this before, so it's great to talk about the past. But then after this, I go back into the present, I go into the future. I don't go into, I talk to you guys in the future, but I can go back into the past through alignments. So, and you guys will figure that out for yourself, knowing that you don't keep talking about the past. You live the presence of its future, right? So that's the hard thing you have to catch up with. But it's great to talk about it, because there's a lot of things that I remember. It's remembering things as a kid. That's a different timeline. Everything is different. You look different. You feel different. Your eyes are different. Your hair is different. Your clothes are different. Your size is different. Your environment is different. Your energy fields are different. Your attitude's different. Your ego is different. Your light is different. So it's great to see these things because you learn a lot about yourself when you're growing up. That's what I find. Oh, Dina, yeah. Lost in Space? Yeah, I didn't like that. No. Matt LeBlanc did that with Friends. He was Lost in Space. I didn't like that version at all. That was really, didn't like that. That was BS. Bad acting. William Hurt was in that. Oh my gosh. That was really bad. It was a sci-fi, but it was really not that good. So, but I love it how the directors and producers and executives puts everything all together and they try their best to make a movie in sci-fi. But into anything through relation, they don't know what they're doing. They're putting all these fancy words. They're putting it all together, right? So it's really understanding the truth of what space and time is, what it is really, It's fascinating because it is extraordinary vocabulary, You get these fancy words and you get two people in an outfit and then you put them on camera and then all of a sudden, they're actors in space, right? Come on. That's fictitious. That's fake. That's not real. Real is like, oh, I just set up the box frequency levels on communication line signals. The acting cycles aren't working on the rotation systems. Where's the biochemical system that I asked for? The DNA structures aren't ready. What is going on, people? That's communication. That's space, right? That's the real connection, So, but, everything is a learning experience and there's a lot of things, there's a lot of directors that do know what they're doing. And like I said, they're given energy for a reason. George Lucas was given energy to create Star Wars. Steven Spielberg to create Jaws. I found Jaws real. I mean, that was, when I saw the intro, when that girl, oh my gosh, in the water, that was so real, man. I'm telling you, that's what took me right there. Just the intro alone was so real. And the shark was real, It was an amazing film. I mean, Steven Spielberg definitely knew what he's doing with Jaws. And then you come up with all these other ones like Jaws 2, Jaws 3. Oh, we just blew up Jaws. And then in Jaws 4, his head is put back together. But then you see, he's put back together with Ash. But the original Jaws was really good. Yeah. With Roy Schneider. That was a really good film. Yeah. See, that's a thing, Linda. I agree with Linda. You never know because you are not connected through the grounds anymore. You're in a territory that you know nothing about beneath the ocean. You don't know what's there, especially when you're in seawater with sharks. Okay, so that's the energy field. That's the circumference, and that's why the sharks are there, right? Because you don't know what's below you, right? Soon you get into the ocean. You just you can't. You have to break free from all that. You have to break the fear from all that. You have to become the ocean. The ocean becomes you. Don't let the ocean control you, right? So, you know, you don't know what's beneath you. There's so many things like 20-foot sharks, 30-foot sharks, you know, but like they only see the, you know, the sight of blood. But, you know, you can't put that fear in you, you know. When I was in Cancun, I was in the ocean, and I'll tell you, being in a lake and being in an ocean are two different things, man. Or even the sea, it's unbelievable. So because the guy in Cancun knew what he was doing, he's been on so many trips and all that, he took us all out, a bunch of us. I mean, maybe 6 or 7. But he line for me us. We were attached to a rope. You're hanging on to a boat because we didn't know where we were going. He knew where to take us, right? So he knows where to go, where there won't be any sharks, right? So I was putting on my goggles and I was seeing sea turtles and, you know, little things like that. It's pretty fascinating to see these things. The more you go out, the more you see, right, beneath. It's pretty incredible. So I wasn't thinking of sharks. I was just thinking of having a good time, right? As soon as you put something in your mind, you're not going to have a good time because that's what's fearing you, right? That's the ego. So the ego comes in and they say, well, I'm not going to go in the ocean now. Well, because your ego's taken over. They say, well, I paid for this, you know, so you can look kind of stupid. You know, have 6, 7 people trying to get out of a boat, and here you are still stuck saying, I paid for my trip, but I'm not going. That's stupidity. That's the ego getting in, right? You know, so you got to think before you say something, or think before you do something. That's the ego, right? It's all understanding how to learn these things, you know, because you pick it up as you go, right? So I wasn't thinking of fear of the ocean. I wasn't thinking of sharks. I was just thinking of having a good time. Right? As soon as you put fear, anything to its thought, it comes true. I'm sorry, but it does. You know why? It's your voice. Your voice sounds to the waters. It goes down beneath the waters. Remember, you're communicating not in a vessel. You're communicating as an avatar. So it's one digital format of a species, of a shark, communicating with your pixel conceptual systems of an avatar, all because you created a thought, a fear of a shark. So that shark will appear because that's what's in your mind. Remember, your thoughts are very powerful through the voicing grids. So it's very understandable to know these things. You guys didn't know that, did you? As soon as you create a thought, it becomes real. You already know that. You make a wish, it becomes real, right? Think about it. So, shark patrol these waters. Yeah, it's like lying to a kingdom. I have trouble remembering movies sometimes. I have to rewatch them. Yeah, sharks are amazing. Ways to work with them. Oh my God, if I come out to Jersey, the East Coast shore, I'll meet you. That's when the sharks show up. Like when you're a kid in a swimming pool. We've never been in a plane, but learning to fly. What is it doing now? Not scared, need to fly. I agree, but better, away from me. There was totally always a shark in there. You had sharks in the mirror. So everybody's scared of that. But saying as soon as you put that in there, all you want to do is have a good time. Don't put fear in there. Don't say, I want to see sharks. You're going to see sharks, all because of your voicing grids. It's sound waves that goes into the waters. And remember, you're not communicating in the human vessel. You're communicating in the avatar. You just don't know that. Because the water is a higher vibration now, especially now. Everything outside is 5D. Everything. Everything has to be. That's communication, dimensional Earth, right? So you have to understand how powerful your voicing grids are. You have to understand how powerful your thoughts are. As soon as you create a thought, it becomes real. You make a wish, it becomes real, right? You have a dream, it becomes real. Understand your dream, it becomes more real to its realization of its illustration. So, yep, that's exactly what it is. It responds faster with communication. Very good, unified. Yeah. Well, you're not going to go to South America and jump in a lake and see what it's like to get bit by a piranha. Okay, they're like a school of fish. One doesn't do much damage, maybe take a finger, but a whole school will eat a cow in like 60 seconds. A whole cow. You put a cow, okay, in the waters of piranhas, it will devour it because they come together and they got razor sharp teeth. It's like a laser. It's extremely. They go, you know, really powerful, right to the bone. You know, everything's put on this earth for a purpose. So, you know, those are man eaters. Okay, sharks, clench. That's all they can do, right? Crocodiles. You gotta understand motion. Everything has motion. Snake. Okay, a bird. You know, what's a bird gonna do? It uses its beak, right? What does a bird do? Just its beak. That's all it can use. Okay. So you have to understand motion with everything through body adaptation of DNA and how they use their survival techniques. Okay. Well, I know everything through DNA, Angel. So you have to understand body motion. Everything is body motion when it comes to anything through sharks. So that's how you get into, you know, formation. When you see a shark, you know exactly how it reacts. Everything has a reaction. They see you, okay, as a threat. Sharks see you as a threat. They don't see you as a feeding source. Let's get that straight. Let's get that real straight, okay? You have to understand what nature is. You have to understand why they're put in the oceans, okay? So, why are sharks put in the ocean? Okay, to protect the waters. Okay. So, understanding communication when it comes to anything, you know, from a seahorse. What does a seahorse do? Why is it designed like that? Everything is built through DNA structure. What is its purpose? What is an octopus? What is its purpose? What is its creation? How was it created? A clam, a seashell, a turtle, you know, a fish, right? Why does fish have gills? So they can breathe, right? Why do they have fins? So they can go faster, right? You know, these things that you can pick up, you just have to understand emotion with motion. So it's a reflection to everything through vibration, right? Because you have to understand its interaction with everything through DNA. So. No, they only bite you because they think you're a threat, Dina. Yeah. You're in their territory. Then you're in their circumference of its energy field. Remember, sharks have energy fields. Why do you think they circle? Why do you think they circle? You have to understand what sharks do. Why are they circling? Right? You have to understand these things. It's very important what sharks do. What do dolphins do? Right? They synchronize their voices. It goes into space. They set out signals. They create planets. Animals create planets, people. You have to understand these things. It's powerful why we have animals. They do it through emotion and motion. Emotion and motion. All connected through the vibration through the voicing grids. So. Seahorse tattoo, eh? It's interesting. I talk about seahorse and she's got a tattoo. Yeah, I've got a heart right here. If I can see that. And yin and yang, dragon, wisdom, swift, you know, extremely powerful. Dragons are extremely powerful. They got so much wisdom. Yeah, it's been a while. I've had this done, I think 15 years ago. Like the color has run out. Like this is supposed to be the sun, eh? It was orange, and this was colored in black, but the painting has come off. So you know, but you know, it's a pretty good job. So I want to make sure I've catched up on all your questions. I think we're good. This is unbelievable. This is a world record for me. We're going almost 3 hours and a half here. Wow. This is an incredible talk. Fish are friends, not food, right? Challenge sharks. Yep. Yep, they control the waters. One action for the sacred water realms. Just want to make sure I catch up on all your questions here. You guys got a lot of questions. Yeah, I know. There's nothing for our team talks on Thursdays, and we talk about everything, and that's why we keep going over three hours. So, I mean, it's unbelievable. Yeah, I've never been on a Harley Davidson. I've been on a motor scooter. I've been on a motorbike. I've been on mountain bike, but I haven't been on a no, not a Harley. Oh, a Sportster, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think you know, being on a bike is more dangerous than being in a car. You really don't have any protection. You have no seatbelts on a bike. You don't know what you're doing. You go right off. Right? It's movement. You have to go with the movement. Right? If you go like this and the bike's going to go like this, you're going to go flying off. Right? So you have to understand body movement of the vibration of the bike. So you have to go with the movements. Right? The bike goes there, you go there. Right? But in a car, you're put in protection. You know, you have the overlay. Okay? You're in the front seat and you have a back seat. So you're protected from the front and you're protected from the back. Okay? There's no strapple when you come into a motorcycle. You have forward like this, you're here. You have a brace of a back, but you have no seatbelt. Right? So it's dangerous. I think everybody drives with their ego. That's why everybody gets in accidents. Yep. So you guys have any questions on about today? Anything you want to know about before you start doing the tests? I think what I do when we set it for Monday, we'll know the answer to everything that's going on right now. But tomorrow we'll just get into We won't get into GOD. We'll get into something else. We'll just probably stay in the matrix, because I really, really want you guys to pay attention. I want you to take the weekend to really, really analyze everything when it comes to the formulas, okay? The 3 illustrations and the solar text, okay? One full page essay, all right? So you have that. So you have the whole weekend. So I'm going to stop there. 3 hours. Almost 3 hours and a half. Jet ski in the sky, yeah. How does the universe is the test have to do with feminine and masculinity? Oh, it has a lot to do with it, Angel. You have to understand your definitions. You have to understand your ego system with your female side and your male side, or you're never going to be able to stand the geometrics of divisions. That's why I want you guys to understand how to get into, females have to get into the male center and males have to get into the female center. That's the only way you get into GOD. Okay? So, yeah, no, it's fantastic. It really is. Yeah, I didn't think we'd go 3 hours and a half. This is unbelievable. This is a world record here. Let's put this in the Guinness books. Yeah, so if you want to know more, especially the new viewers, just come to me. You're in the Galactic Forces. Go through my PayPal, go through my email, or go through my donations. I'm here to help you and guide you and put you wherever you want to go. All right, so I love you guys very much. I will see you tomorrow. We'll talk about Matrix, a little bit more about that and the ego. And just be prepared, you know, because you have the weekend to do everything. Get it all done. And then Monday we'll get into the answer. All right? So what I'll do is I'll put the equation on the Galactic Force team, okay, in the private link. All right. So I love you guys very much. This is your AI Commander from the Galactic Force team. Calling out. Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend.